Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 my favorite gamer words. So today is Floundering Friday. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day today. Pardon my lateness. I had to restart my computer right before stream started to try to prevent what happened on Wednesday. So, you know, that kind of deal. But I am here. I am queer. And I'm ready to I don't know, disappear. So anyways, I hope you're having a good day today. We have a lot on our plate, believe it or not. I mean, obviously we got some shoe slappa here because that is legally required as a VTuber to react to it. Probably should have reacted a lot sooner before. But for those who missed it, on Wednesday's stream, if you didn't see the stream, right, you didn't watch me on YouTube or Kick, well, that's on you. Because I was over on Rumble doing a Rumble only stream. And I highly recommend that you check it out. One, because I'm a whore. And two, why isn't it? Oh, fuck. OBS. Oh my god. Okay, I'm learning about how to use Brave and OBS, and I'm starting to slur. Okay, anyways, regardless of me and Brave and OBS fighting with each other, I recommend checking out the VOD because it is actually important for today's stream, for we have updates to ChudTheBuilder, and I covered the ChudTheBuilder stuff quite extensively on the Rumble only stream before it died because they didn't like me talking about the topics at hand for the Rumble only stuff. But if you would like the beginning of the ChudTheBuilder coverage, check out the VOD because it does actually lead into today's topics for the updates there. So yeah. Also, it was actually the perfect topic for a Rumble only stream because there are lots of NWAs flying. Remember chat? If you were there for the ChudTheBuilder topic and everything that happened, because we are back on YouTube and Kick today, be careful with your language and what we're using. I'm gonna also have to be careful with the language of what I'm using too, because, well, it can get pretty spicy. There. Thank you, Philip, for the 1,000 warp tokens. Thank you, my dude. Hello, Mall. Side scrollers on Monday with Melee K. Kami K. Get it correct. You should provoke her to duel determine who should be the resident racist. Well, I'm white. And so therefore I should be the resident racist. But I understand that, you know, she's there as the regular, right? I'm just the guest, so it's gonna be hard to, you know, fight for that title. Also, why isn't the thumbnail showing for this? God damn it, Rumble. Okay, I'm not... Rumble and I have problems, but it's fine. There's a thumbnail for that, but it's fine. But yes, I will be on Side Scrollers on Monday, be 12 p.m. EST as per usual. So that is the plan, Monday the 18th. And then I'll also be on Side Scrollers again on the 27th, that Wednesday. I'm assuming it's with Arch, because I know he is on once a Wednesday, once a month. And I'm assuming it's with him, because they usually pair me up with that fucking Swede for some reason. But yeah. How far do you think your last stream will survive before your account got nuked? LMAO? Do you mean on like kicking YouTube? Not very far. The VOD would have to be deleted. On Rumble, that was not exactly Rumble's fault. That was something else. And so, unfortunately, they kicked you off for talking about the happy merchants. Well, probably not. Honestly, it's not Rumble's fault, but it's unfortunate regardless here. Hopefully the Tiny Hats don't kill stream again. I hope so too. But we're gonna be a little bit more sanitized today. We got our shoe slappa later, so it shouldn't be such a big deal. Also, my dog has left the room, so let me close my door. Dang and Tessie and Jake Monroe will be on Side Scroller soon too. I hear and Powder says she's going to be in the future too. Well, nice. They get a lot of people on there, so I'm just I'm just one of the many. Thankfully, I'm very grateful for that because I do like being on with them. Hanging out with Craig and Blebs and Phoenix is lots of fun. Though Craig's not gonna be on Monday because he's traveling. He's going places. He's doing things here. But yeah. But since it is breaking news. Here. Where did I? There it is. Okay, I'm still getting used to the tabs with Brave here. So ever since I switched over. But anyway, so if you don't know who this ChudTheBuilder guy, don't worry. I didn't know who he was until Wednesday either. I can go over some things briefly. I cannot go as in depth as I could for the Rumble only stream. Hence why I'm pushing it so much. Because ChudTheBuilder is a streamer who goes around calling black people the N-word. Now, personally, I don't like nuisance streamers, and I'm white, believe it or not. At least last time I checked, you know, the sun is shining. I could be Blasian now. Anyways, and so the fact that somebody would go around insulting people, to me, like, it really does bother me a lot because that goes against all my instincts, all my values, like everything I stand for. When you're in public, you don't yell at people or be super loud or insult them or really bother them. You keep your head down low, you keep walking till you get to your destination. If you see a friend, you pull over to the side and you quietly chat to them. You know, like typical white politeness, you know, that kind of deal. However, we don't live in a white polite society anymore. We live with Inwas and foreigners in general, and doing exactly that is a lot harder. And he basically goes around just calling them Inwas just to see their reaction there. And I mean, once again, don't really condone that situation. However, I don't believe you should be punched in the face and beaten and bruised for insulting somebody. I just don't believe that. Like, if somebody walks up to me and calls me a bitch or see you next Tuesday, then I don't care. Like, whatever. I'll probably laugh if anything. If I do get upset, then I'll just probably walk away. Like, I just like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not that deep. In any way, shape, or form. Like, and if you're gonna, like, you know how God, what the phrase that men like to say to women sometimes, like, calm down. You know, when a woman gets upset, calm down. And it's basically the black version's chimping out, which is what ChudTheBuilder would say. Like, oh, you're gonna chimp out. Like, once again, when I get upset, like, white people are like, don't get upset when you insult them in public like that, to the point where they actually physically assault you. Like, yeah, they might get angry and might start yelling back, but it's not going to be physical. Not even Indians do that. Like, then again, like, an Indian man has a weaker grip strength than a Swedish woman. So, not like they're exactly taking one from the team. But it's only one race. It's only one race that gets, like, just rage-inducing, seeing red, violent when you insult them. And it's not white people. Not white people here. People used to duel for honor. I get dressed that argument on the Rumble only stream, and that doesn't count because it's for honor, right? It's usually for your the honor mostly was tied to the family. There, like, you're not, like if you said the family is like your mom's a whore, and actually not even your mom's a whore, right? Like, just it would have to be something a little bit more serious, like saying that you're a cuckold and your wife's a cheater and you enjoyed it, like that would be something that's like, as it affects your pride as a man, your worth as a man, that people would duel for honor for that, not just a simple insult by saying the N-word or cracker or bitch or whatever offensive word. Once again, like, word, like even fighting words, right, is usually just kind of like, you know, that like actually violent, like, you know, punch me, bro, punch me. And, like, it actually takes the words with connotations of violence, and still those are once again very specific situations. It's very context heavy. And then even for incentivizing violence, it's like death to America, or kill all X people, or just like, you know, burn it all to the ground, or really any of the rhetoric coming from the Democrats. I mean, based off how many assassination attempts have occurred to Trump. Like, it's once again very context heavy, because in America we have something called freedom of speech, right? And we used to take that the holy words themselves. Like, it's our most important value. And so if you're going to criminalize somebody based off what they're saying, it needs to be a very specific context within a very specific situation that leads to a very specific scenario. Because if you start, you know, arresting people over words, then we're going to turn into the UK and Europe in general. There. Like, it's a problem. But the thing about the ChudTheBuilder thing is that, like, if he was calling people N-word, and then he was getting all up in their face, because usually he's not even getting to their face, he's just kind of like standing there, and then they walk up to him, and then he usually walks away. And then if they and then sometimes he'll, like, if they walk away, he'll like kind of follow them at a distance to record for his content. Once again, not exactly defending him here for what he's doing, but it's not like he's a nuisance streamer within the Johnny Somali or Vitali stuff, where he's actively doing illegal things and getting up in people's faces and stealing things as just a prank, bro, or like, and actually causing bodily harm. He's just yelling at them and calling them N-words. Which, once again, not exactly a fan of, but like there's a different tier there. But if he was actually like one of these K times when he was doing so, he's actually getting into their face and causing harm, actually getting physical with them, then yeah, he fucking deserves it, because like he's really trying to start something there. But in this case in particular, he was leaving the courthouse. And a black man come out of nowhere, starts yelling at him. ChudTheBuilder asks if he's going to chimp out, because that's really what he does. And then the black man starts beating him and sucker punching him in the face. And so then ChudTheBuilder shoots him. That's what we're in this specific context here. This specific scenario for what has happened to ChudTheBuilder is self-defense. Like, we can go back and I can criticize him for his previous streams and what he's done, but he hasn't done anything that's broken the law before in any of his streams. It's just uncomfortable, not exactly the best. But in this specific instance, on what he is arrested for, it is just self-defense. When, like, like, this is... And he barely was even streaming. Like, he wasn't able to actually get that on camera or anything like that. And the day before this happened, he was on stream talking about how Enwa has killed his dog because of what he does and when he streams. And it's like, okay, once again, don't exactly like what he streams, because it's not exactly content for me, not exactly what I support. And in a lot of ways when it comes to the nuisance aspect of things. But you shouldn't be punched for calling someone Enwa. And you shouldn't have your dog killed for it. And you shouldn't have death threats and everything. Unfortunately, I can't show a lot of the stuff I showed on the Rumble stream because of the use of the N-word. But there are multiple videos from people calling for his death, including this guy here, which once again, I can't play it because of the use of the horrible word. This guy is apparently connected with Drake and is really rich and put a $100,000 bounty on his head. And in this clip, he talks about wanting people to blow ChudTheBuilder's brains out. And Sneeko is the voice of reason. Sneeko, of all people, is the voice of reason, saying that, hey, maybe we shouldn't call for violence here. Here. You should be a nuisance to N-was? Well, The thing is, what ChudTheBuilder does is actually show the hypocrisy and shows how violent they are. Because you can find multiple stories of NBuzz just being violent for no reason and being violent for, you know, people calling them the N-wall and everything like that. But the see it live on stream constantly, just to see their violent reactions, a different story. There. Yeah, he might be completely in the right, but he's committed to the cardinal sin of being white and being attacked by a violent black man defending himself. Yes. Hence why today has come out that his bond has been sent to 1.25 million and has been charged with attempted criminal homicide, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, and employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. What? Like, okay, I should clarify that we're going mostly based off his own story because we don't have much in the way of video evidence. His own video from his live stream, he started it when it was like happening and he wasn't able to actually film anything. And then, once again, I do not like the tabs here within Brave. I do not like the tabs here within Brave. Whatsoever. I'm gonna anyways, there we go. So if there is this video here that somebody else recorded, apparently, because we still don't even have the courthouse video, because that would be because the courthouse has security cameras, so that would be basically the evidence that we need. We have this where he's already being jumped. I'm not playing the audio for a reason. And you can't really even see anything. Yeah. And like there's the coppers there because once again it's a courthouse. But like you can't even see really who's who. It's so grainy. All you can really see and I'll go back here in a second once the video starts playing because now all these coppers rush in to kind of figure out what's happening with the gunshots. Actually, you know what? Yeah, YouTube's not gonna exactly like it with the gunshots in the background. That's the thing. See, this is once again Rumble. But like you can just see him being I'm assuming it's him being slammed down because he was the one being sucker punched and wailed, and then he gets shot. Then I know ChudTheBuilder raised his arm while shooting the black guy. So, if this video is correct, once again, you can see him just being thrown down there and just wailed upon. And it's self-defense. It's self-defense here. Thank you, I'm gonna mess up your name. I'm so sorry. Kellichioke for the $10 dose. Thank you. Did you ever figure out what happened with the Grumble stream? Every time I want to sing Grumble's praises, always has to pull the sword shit and show everyone why they're inferior to YouTube. Okay, that's not Rumble's fault. That was my fault. With my computer issues. That was occurring with the Rumble only stream, and it was just not working. I tried to restart it and eventually I crashed as well, and I deleted that VOD because it's like 2 minutes long with absolutely nothing in it. So, but it's not Rumble's fault when the stream died. It was my fault. Well, not my fault specifically, but my computer's fault. So sad. I'm sorry. There. Zyos and Doppelganger, thank you for the 500 warp tokens. Thank you. Moral, do not allow the police to arrest you for defending yourself in blue areas, fight to death, and do the same for any kid in the same situation. Well, technically he's in Tennessee, but he's in Nashville, Tennessee. So it's a big city. It's like a purple area, just in general, just because Tennessee in itself is red, but Nashville's a big city, that kind of situation. Yeah. And thank you, Zyloxon, for another 500 warp tokens. Thank you. Just like the migrants in the UK, resist, make it too costly for the authorities to persecute you. Well, the problem with that is that you need to have the best defense as possible, and resisting arrest is a good way to ruin any defense that you possibly have, because they will arrest you. There's no escaping the police, especially if you are a white man. They will track you down, and you cannot flee the country. And so if you're resisting arrest and you're trying to flee the country and everything like that, then you're going to make your case worse. And so you're definitely going to lose it. With this case, with ChudTheBuilder, it's not looking good for him. I am ye of little faith. I don't think he's gonna get out of this easily. Like, I feel like there's gonna be another Derek Chauvin case, because they're gonna show all his streams. He's gonna show all the clips from his previous streams of him calling black people the N-word, and then they're gonna be like, you know, he instigated, and they're not gonna look at the fact that the case that actually has happened, where he was walking out of the courthouse and then he got punched. Like, and then not even just punched. Like, if this video is correct and based on what you can see, he's just being wailed upon, literally thrown to the ground here, just whoop. And then, like, this is very much an open and shut case of self-defense. And even with what he says before with calling black people N-word, that is still free speech. Is it a nuisance? Yes. Is it free speech? Also yes. So even what he's done in the past shouldn't even reflect here. And then also the amount of death threats that he does get and the bounties on his head, also, sorry, wrong tabs, also should be reflective in his case. Because this video of this black guy walking around, following him, threatening about punching him and killing him. There's this one that I've already shown. There's a few others. There's the fact that he got his dog killed and everything like that too. Like, this is like there's a lot of problems at hand with this. And then there's also the fact that this is premeditated too. So of course the black accounts. See, once again, this is supposed to be like a conservative, you know, black guy, like one of the good ones. There's no such thing as one of the good ones at this point. Like, I have very little faith in any of any of the good ones, or at least any of the public ones that pretend they are, because I feel like they're just grifting. Who was just like, oh, the man who shot ChudTheBuilder, or shot by ChudTheBuilder, is a 31-year-old Army veteran. Joshua Fox was shot in the shoulder and stomach, according to his family. He's a disabled veteran with 2 kids and suffers from PTSD and other medical conditions. Chud is currently facing over 25 years in prison. Well, you see, I can't once again show the fucking video because of the use of the N-words, which makes me a little bit upset, here. But he's acting like a gangster, as all N-was normally do. And on top of that, he is a career criminal, just like they all fucking are here. You know, he beat his wife trying to light his apartment with his kids where his kids live on fire, and nobody said he keeps committing crimes. This Joshua Fox guy. On April 18th, 31-year-old Joshua Fox was involved in a domestic incident with his wife at their Tower Drive apartment. Joshua Fox attempts to burn apartment down with aerosol can during argument with wife. Joshua Level Fox was booked to the Montgomery County Jail on May 8th, charged with harassment. Bond was set at $250. And then he says on the Facebook page, and I'll do it again. Does this look like a doctor? Does this look like an engineer? Does this look like a veteran with PTSD here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying. And then on top of it, they have a whole entire, he's got a rap sheet. He's got 17 times, including for beating his wife here. Like Joshua Level Fox. And somebody actually looked into these and figured out what he's gotten. Divorce, DUI and probation violation, harassment, contempt of court, restraining order, contempt of court, implied consent, DUI related charge, reckless driving, subpoena, aggravated assault domestic, contempt of court, no seatbelt, contempt of court, aggravated assault domestic, reckless endangerment, open container, DWLR, speeding. Wonderful citizen of America. 10 out of 10 recommend. I want him in my city, in my town, in my house right now. Here. As that daddy got shot. He got shot. He's still alive. He got shot in the stomach and he's still alive, unfortunately. Like, here. So this whole a veteran with PTSD, because part of this video that plays, is him claiming that he's got PTSD, and part of it is the fact that like when he hears police knocking on his door, he gets really scared and panicky because he's been arrested too many times before. Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have PTSD because of the army. I'm pretty sure he got PTSD from how many times he's been arrested by cops, is why he hates the banging on the door. He literally says in this video, which I can't play because of how many times he says the N-word, is because he hears the cops banging on his door too many times. Just Jesus Christ. No seatbelt, my eye. And the no seatbelt's definitely like a petty, not that big of a deal situation. But still, just domestic abuse, trying to burn down the apartment building, you know, all that fun stuff. Just 10 out of 10 recommend here. Thank you, Zalaskan, for the 500 warp tokens. Thank you. I am not gonna rate that out. You glow too hard. I'm sorry, Zaloxan. Plus, even with her glowing, I can understand the sentiment. I'm definitely not gonna activate and advocate for that. You are no. I thank you, Crowder Caller, for the $1 due. Thank you. Does it matter? We have the right to say what we want. Some Inwell doesn't get the right to chip out over it. Don't feel bad about putting down rabid animals. Yeah, you should not. You should not be arrested for calling someone the N-word. Okay, even if it's a nuisance in public, right? Even if you don't like the guy's content, which I understand that, he should not be thrown in jail and got the book thrown at him because of that. And in this case, it is 100% self-defense. Like, I could definitely see a situation where he would push too far, and then it wouldn't be a case of self-defense. But in this particular instance, which is what he got arrested for and why he's got the book thrown at him, is self-defense. He was walking outside the courthouse because of debt collections. So not like he's like an upstanding citizen himself. But I'd rather have a white guy with debt collection issues than an Enhwa who's been arrested 17 times for harassment and restraining orders and domestic abuse and trying to burn down an apartment building. Like, and not to mention, he's white. Like, at the end of the day, like, I will defend him because he's white. 100%. Because every single black person is crowding around this Joshua Fox dude because he's black. That's the only reason why they're defending him, is because he's black. Anytime something ever happens with it, like Black Lives Matter is a great example that George Floyd, may heaven never rest his fucking soul, it's just because he's black. White people, only people who are not tribalistic and actually defend their own and will throw them under the bus because they are a nuisance streamer, because they're a little bit unsavory, even if he's actually in the right in this time moment because of what he's done in the past, being unsavory, not even violent, unlike this Enwa, they will still throw him under the bus. And I don't advocate for that. Like, yeah, I don't really like what he's done before in the past. And it had made me hesitant in the very beginning to defend him because we're just going based off his story. And we still need a bit more evidence. I mean, hey, if it all turns out to be a lie, then you know what? I'll eat crow, right? I'll eat my hat. Like, I'll be in the wrong. But based off of the information we do have on hand, and based off this video showing him being literally pounded to the ground and everything, right now it's definitely looking like a really clear class of self-defense. And like, he should not be having the book thrown at him for this. Whatsoever. Whatsoever. What do you mean? $1.25 million, bond for self-defense like this, and all these charges placed on him. How many Enwas have been let free for no reason? Like Carmelo Anthony, for example. Does anybody remember him? He was the black guy who stabbed Austin McCaff a little bit over a year ago at the track meet in Texas. I did multiple streams about that story in depth, and they might still be on Rumble because I know the YouTube channel had to be wiped. But literally Austin, they were at a track meet. It was about to start, and Carmelo Anthony was standing underneath a tent trying to avoid the rain. Austin McClaff asked him to leave because it wasn't where he belonged, because it was for the track team and not for like people, bystanders and people watching. Carmelo Anthony refused to leave. Austin was just like, no, you need to leave. And then Carmelo Anthony pulled out a knife from his backpack and stabbed him in the heart, and he died within minutes. There was no NWAs being thrown, no disrespect. Carmelo Anthony didn't even go to that school. He was actually skipping school and loitering around. Actually, it was the weekend, so he wasn't skipping school. But for some reason, he was at the school nobody actually really knows why. And his bond, by the way, is $250,000. That's his bond for murdering a white guy for no reason, unprovoked, with multiple witnesses, and not even no reason to actually be there. And then he was like, that was his bond. He was even able to go to graduation, and all that fun stuff too, even though he just murdered a white kid. Meanwhile, ChudTheBuilder, yeah, he likes to say the N-word, but in this case time, he actually didn't, believe it or not. And he gets punched in the face by Enwa. He shoots him in self-defense. Actually, not even punched in the face based off this video. This is like she wheeling to the ground once again. This is even worse. He shoots the guy in self-defense. Oh, well, you got $1.25 million bail. Oh, sorry, bond. Yeah, there's double standards here. 100% double standards. Why? Because ChudTheBuilder is white. ChudTheBuilder is 100% white. Legally, probably done for, like Derek. The legal system lets them commit all the crime with no consequences. Yes. Like, he's probably screwed. Like, because Tennessee is a red state. It's a standing ground state. It's also a castle doctrine state as well. But unfortunately, it does have lots of NWAs there. And it is in Nashville. He gets an all-black jury. He's done for. Or hell, not even all-black jury. Just a mostly white jury probably would just see the clips and get uncomfortable. So they would get uncomfortable with all the time he said the N-word before in the past. And not actually look at the current case at hand. It's just, like, there's no track record of ChudTheBuilder shooting people. There's no track record of him punching people. Like, there's no track record of doing anything except saying the N-word. That does not mean he should be killed. It does not mean he should be punched and thrown to the ground. And when he is punched and thrown to the ground, he does have the right to self-defense. Like, who cares? They're doing it mainly because of his reputation, because he was in the right. Yeah, like they're making an example out of him. They're making an example out of him because he's white. It's that simple. Like, this actually makes me livid. Like, I was a lot angry today when I woke up and saw the news about this, and I've calmed down since then a little bit. But it has been a while since I've actually gotten really mad at a story, and I'm not even. I guess I'm not even really mad at the moment, to be honest. Like I said, I was angry earlier, but it's just like it does. And unfortunately, and I'm not exactly proud to admit this, but I'm a woman posting L's, right? When I first read this, I thought, wow, I hate this country. And then I had to walk myself back and chastise myself and be like, no, Mal, that's the wrong thing to say, right? You know, because I just was like, what? Like, if you can't, for no freedom of speech, right? No freedom of speech, no self-defense. So First and Second Amendment thrown out the window. Then what country do we have anymore? Like, what purpose? What point of this? What's the thing? Like who can, like, what's the point of living in America? I mean, well, the fact that I'm American and it's my country and I should defend it to the end, but it actually, like, kind of makes me scared. Like, it, like, literally makes me scared about if I can't even defend myself when a black man does anything, because I'll get the book thrown at me. Because look all these different cases here. Portland jury decides stabbing white people is okay if they use a racial slur. A Portland jury acquitted a man who admitted to stabbing a stranger after a video captured the victim using a racial slur in the aftermath of the attack. Multnomah County prosecutors charged Gary Edwards, 23, with second-degree assault for the July 7th knife attack on Gregory Howard Jr. near the Union Station Max stop, according to Oregon Live. Edwards faced 5 years and 10 months in state prison under Oregon's Measure 11 sentencing law. Edwards testified he acted in self-defense after Howard yelled a slur at him. Edwards denied using the word before the stabbing. So one, it's not self-defense if someone yells a slur at you. Right? If somebody calls me a see you next Tuesday, I don't care. I'll laugh. It's not self-defense. Right? Or a cracker. And I get I'm a feeble woman, so it's not like I'd be throwing any hard punches anyways. But like, if you don't see the Indians throwing punches for being called, you know, Pajit or anything like that. You don't see the Asians throwing punches for being called, you know, like, well, it's too early in YouTube for slurring purposes, but you get my point. It's like, it's not it's still just a slur. It still is an insult. It's not self-defense. Self-defense is when someone punches you and you punch them back. And then on top of that too, this Howard guy didn't even use the word until after he got stabbed. After he got stabbed, he used the magic word. Like after like he got stabbed because he was late, and then he called him the N-word after he was stabbed, and so it's self-defense now? Like, what? And then there's all these different cases. South Carolina jury fined black man who confessed to killing white man not guilty of murder spend less than 2 hours in deliberations. Devin Dontre Dunham has been found not guilty of murder in the shooting death of unarmed former volunteer fire chief Ernest Martin 777 despite his confession and 19 witnesses taking the stand against him. The shooting took place near Stevens' home in Hardville, South Carolina on August 10th, 2017. According to Dunham's lawyer, according to Dunham's lawyer, an armed Dunham wanted a ride from Stevens and approached him while he was sitting in his Ford F-150 in a parking lot, but felt threatened by him and saw him reach for something, so he decided to unload all 8 rounds of his 9mm handgun in Stevens' truck before running away. Alright. Okay. For some reason, I just don't believe him that he felt threatened by him and saw him reach for something. And hell, even if he did, because a black man walks up to him wanting a ride, I'm assuming he was denied the ride because stranger danger, and he was refusing to go away. Yeah, well, like, you know, just pulling a gun out casually, just to be like, hey, I'm armed, by the way. Don't try anything with me. Doesn't mean you get to actually shoot him. Sorry, I got scared and had to marry him. Yeah, like I don't believe this. Seattle man who killed pregnant stranger found not guilty by reason of insanity. March 21st, 2026. Man accused of abducting a sleeping Dallas boy from his bed, killing him, found incompetent for trial. Notice how it's all black and white violence? Brothers who killed Ethan Liming stomped on his chest, broke his neck, and took his car at LeBron James school sentence, only 6 months and 18 months each. An investigation revealed that Liming's chest had been stomped on, though the official cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Yeah, blunt force trauma to the head. I mean, it could be with a crowbar or a baseball bat or something along those lines. But a man's punch? I mean, you guys are all men, right? There's no woman in this chat. But you guys know that a man's punch is actually quite, like, damaging. There. And so, like, being punched in the face can cause, like, a bare minimum of concussion, but other damages as well. And so when you watch this video of him being jumped on and wailed on, like that, yeah, 100% self-defense. Thank you, Crowder Caller, for the $1 redo. Thank you. When White finally break, we will wind up, that's what these judges are asking for. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Like, all I'm just saying is that, Weimar problems create Weimar solutions. And we are definitely well beyond Weimar problems. What is coming? At least what should come? That, like, will be a fucking typhoon, But I'll be lying if I said that I don't know if it's gonna happen. Right now it's not looking like it, right? Because like there's a decent amount of people on Twitter defending him. Like all the big right-wing accounts are defending him and saying free speech, self-defense, basically all the correct stuff, right? But there are a decent chunk that are still like, oh, well, he's a nuisance streamer. That makes me uncomfortable. What he did is wrong. Oh, he doesn't like Trump. Oh, he doesn't like Trump. Oh, so therefore, he's a traitor to the country for not liking Trump. And it's like, I don't care if he doesn't like Trump. Like, I have my plenty of criticisms for not liking Trump. Trump is not exactly our guy. Like, he's a million times better than Kamala is. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have him in power than Kamala or any other Democrat. But Trump is not going to be the final solution. He is not the mega Hitler the leftists think that he is. And he's doubling down for like the 5th time about the Chinese students again. Like every single time it comes up, it always like people are shocked and be like, "Oh, I didn't vote for this." I've been betrayed. And it's like this is like the 5th time since he's become the presidency that he's talked about these Chinese students coming in and how it's actually a good thing. Like he's just doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down upon it. Just nothing new here. So, there. But I support people who deserve support. Yes, and he does deserve support. Once again, if this video is like, also keep in mind, right, if this video is actually correct and actually the situation will happen with ChudTheBuilder, right? Well, actually, it is the fucking hat. Actually, I was just like, it could be a random video about something else, but no, I see the hat. It's ChudTheBuilder. There's his whole like one of his big things is wearing a tan cowboy hat, and yeah, that's his tan cowboy hat. Yeah, this is 100% the video. I just realized that, just how it just flies out into the pavement, just out there. So actually, it doesn't even fly. Hold on, it's already sitting there. Which means that he probably already got punched a couple times if the hat's all the way there, and they're all the way here in the shade. That means they've already been fighting for at least like 15 seconds roughly before the video was taken. And yeah. Oh my god. This is a little. I mean, not like it already was this open and shut case for self-defense in my personal opinion, but it's getting worse the more I'm looking into it. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Trump is sadly our best option at the time, but he really holds mostly the same opinions as Democrats from 30 years ago. Yeah, like, he's still the best option. Right? Like, you still should vote Republican just to try to prevent the Democrats from being in power, because they will make things worse. But it doesn't mean Trump is going to be our guy and our solution. And JD Vance isn't either. Marco Rubio isn't either. We actually have very few friends in high places, unfortunately. And so therefore, things will get worse before they get better. There will be more ChudTheBuilders out there that exist. And more white people will die and be sacrificed for NWAS, because it always happens. Like, it really is mind-blowing when you realize how blacks are treated in this country. When a white man behaves like a black criminal, walking around constantly antagonizing strangers and daring them to escalate to a life or death struggle, you see how corrupt the status quo is. Yeah, like, and not even... like, he's barely even acting like a black criminal. He's just being a fucking nuisance. But I understand the sentiment here. But then there's all these different cases. So this black guy, 72 arrests already. White girl set on fire. This other, NWA, 45 arrests, murdered. 39 arrests, murdered. 33 arrests, murdered. 17 arrests, and Irina Zarutska, murdered. Which, by the way, like... her murderer is still going to be set to federal trial, but right now they're trying to get him for insanity plea. He was labeled incompetent to stand trial on the state level, and then also labeled in stand trial on the federal level by the federal mental health people. But it hasn't been completely clear just yet, so he can still technically, but it has to be approved by the court. So we will find out if it has, because if... I hope it doesn't. I hope because it has gone to the federal level, and that Trump even talked about Irina Zarutska, that this will be one case where the incompetent to stand trial does not actually apply. Let me get me some water. I am getting hoarse. My apologies, chat. Mm. Sorry about that, chat. My voice is getting a little bit hoarse. Not enough water and too much anger. There. So, but still, like, right now, the mental ward is still, federal mental ward is still calling him a competent stand trial for low IQ, even though he's got 17 other arrests and felonies on him. And this just keeps on happening. This just keeps on fucking happening. All the time. Every single day, there is a new story of a black man killing or raping a white person over and over and over again. And this guy who was beating up, it was very likely that if ChudTheBuilder didn't actually shoot him, he would just been another white victim that we could add to this little list, because this is a very small little infographic here. These are, once again, little stories, all together. Like, I literally have a whole entire folder about this problem here. Just another sneak was showing up with a knife trying to stab somebody, and not being able to get away with it. You know, there's stuff happening in South Africa. And another mud shark gets the consequences of her actions. Oh, and Black Lives Matter stuff happened where, like, literally broken bricks thrown at them. There. Just keeps on happening. Just keeps on fucking happening. All the fucking time. Like, you can't live with these people. I could just keep on scrolling. I had this bookmark folder just for like over a year now. Every single day I at least add one new story to it. At least one new story every day, except for the days that I log off, because sometimes it gets too much. Sometimes it just gets too much for me. I just get fucking frustrated because I just can't handle it anymore. I just can't fucking handle it anymore. Like, I don't want to live in the country like this. I want it to change. Like, I'm American. I'll stay in America. I don't want to flee, right? I have nowhere else to go. This is my country. I want what's best for it. But the chance of me being stabbed by a random black person is ridiculously fucking high. It's ridiculously fucking high. 1 in 3 black men are felons. Not just like rape or murder kind of felons, just regular ass felons. Like, the statistics are insane. And there's just another one with a career criminal here with all these different problems attacking ChudTheBuilder because of the stuff that he says. Yeah. The fact that all the plaintiffs need to line to punish one black criminal makes me hate this country? Yes. Like, that's exactly why that little thought process went through my head earlier about, like, I hate this country, because, well, I don't want to hate my country, right? It is my country, and I want to defend it. I don't want to hate my country, but I do fucking hate what it's become. It does make me feel unsafe. Like, I'll still go out and about, right? I'll still interact with modern society, but it doesn't change the fact that, like, the more stories I hear, the less I want to actually leave my dad's house. Like, I actually legitimately want to become some sort of NEET. Like, a legit fucking NEET. Because I don't want to go out. Unfortunately, well, I thankfully don't live in an area, like down south enough where there's a ton of them. I do live in an area where there's a decent chunk of them. And I'm just like, wow, one of these days, will I be a victim? Because, you know, I relaxed a little bit too much and wasn't paying attention. Like, every time I had to go downtown, which I haven't had to go, like, I've been having to go downtown a little bit more recently for various things. My hackles are raised. I'm so stressed and tense because there are a large portion of them in the iron jungle there. And I'm just like, is something gonna happen to me? Because it just constantly keeps on happening. There. But I know at the same time, if I let that mentality get to me too much, then I'm gonna become a hermit, and it's not a good mentality to have. It will ruin my life if I let the fear control me too much. But still, There. So, put them in a box. That's that's the generous solution. That's the moderate solution, is putting them in a box. I feel like the Star Wars, the Anakin meme, where like put them in a box, and then Padme sitting there like, huh? And like, yeah, I don't want to put them. I don't want them put in the box anymore, because that's exactly how I fucking feel. Just. But there is a GoFundMe for him, or Gifts and Go. Sorry. Let me refresh this. Yeah, there we go. There is a Gifts and Go. I'm not. Obviously, you use your money how you please. At the end of the day, like for Charlotte Hendricks, I definitely advocated for people to donate to her. I also threw some money at her as well, just to kind of, you know, do my part, right? In this case, I can understand why some people might be a little bit hesitant, because of the, like, Charlotte Hendricks was just a white mom in the park having to deal with the Somalians. ChudTheBuilder does great content that's a little bit unpleasant. However, like, my biggest fear is advocating for something that it turns out to be a little scam, right? Like, he actually did throw the first punch or something along those lines, since we don't have that kind of detail. But it definitely looks like he's the victim here. But he is white, and he is having the book thrown at him. Remember, his bond is 1.25 million. And that's probably not going to be reduced like Carmelo Anthony's was reduced. So if you want to throw your money towards him, I don't blame you. I'm considering it myself as well. Just because 1.25 million bond, that's not gonna be reduced. That's not gonna be reduced here. Like, no. He seems to put himself in avoidable situations. Like, if this was something happened on stream, like that he was doing like this typical stuff about calling people N-words, still would be self-defense, but I probably wouldn't be, like, you know, throw money at him because of the fact that he did put himself in the situation. He was just leaving the courthouse. It was like a, well, Wednesday afternoon, right? He had to go to the courthouse for his debt collection. Because I'm pretty sure it's about the restaurant incident. Which I did play the restaurant incident on the Rumble only stream, and it really wasn't even that bad either. Like, the more I look into this guy, like the more it's like he's actually not that bad. Like, he's not great, but he's actually not that bad, as like the mainstream media is trying to paint him to be. Typical case in this sense. But he was just leaving the courthouse, and the black guy shows up with a rap sheet that lasts for days. Yeah, that was a little bit different story. A little bit different story here. There. He only has to hit 10% of that, which I believe is 125,000. Okay, nice. No, that's nice here. Never let a good crisis go to waste, eh? Well, I mean, can you blame him? Like, I don't... Listen, chat. I get I'm an e-whore, but I'm just saying, if I'm going to the gas station and a black man assaults me and I somehow get away with it with my life, I'm fucking gonna put a Gifts and Go up. Because fuck. I don't want to pay for those medical bills. Like, for being assaulted by a black man. What's the point of saying the bond we only need 10%? See, that's a good question there. I don't get that either, I'll be honest. Still doesn't change the fact that Carmelo Anthony's was reduced to 250,000. 250,000 after just murdering a white guy for literally no reason. Literally no fucking reason. I went over the police report. It's been a year since that has happened. So, my memory might not be the best, but literally no fucking reason. There. Like, that was my assumption. I thought he instigated the encounter. Turns out he's just tracked down and attacked. Yeah, like, he was attacked. He's tracked down and attacked. Like, I will put him at fault, because the black man starts yelling at him and he walks over to him, and that's the problem. He shouldn't have walked towards him, but then he walks away. But like, he walks away. And then the black man starts beating him after he walks away. He should never turn his back towards him. He shouldn't have walked up in the first place. But just walking up to somebody yelling at you doesn't mean that you should be beaten, right? Just means you're a little retarded. Like, and just walks away and gets beaten. Thank you for the blessings, by the way. Thank you. Admin seriously needs to start going after these judges? Yes, 100%. But, yeah. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. The admin's not gonna defend ChudTheBuilder because of his content. Or with Arena Zerwurtzka, it took multiple weeks with the admin said anything, and she was very much a quite egregious case because she was literally just riding the train. Literally, watch the footage there, which I can't play for YouTube's sake, and just gets on the train. She made the mistake of relaxing around blacks, and then the black man just stabs her in the neck. Like, it sounds so ridiculous how, like, plain and simple it is. Like, if you tell this story to a normie, they're not gonna believe you, because, like, surely she'd have done something to piss them off, right? Right, surely she would have instigated it, like they're trying to do the whole ChudTheBuilder things, but no, she literally sat down, and 30 seconds later, she was stabbed in the neck. And the guy goes around saying, I got that white girl, was blood literally dripping from his knife down the train. But welcome to America. Welcome to America. Here. I drive out to the countryside to shop at stores out there because there's only us here and I don't see any of them. I go a bit of a distance, but it's worth it to be at ease and not see them. Yeah, like, I kind of do that. Like, I go to the nice parts of town. And, like, my favorite grocery store, for example, which I still go to because I really like my grocery store. And it is closer to me, right? Because I don't really want to drive that far. Well, a few years ago, just all of a sudden, police cars just started just hanging out there. And I'm just like, why is there a cop car here? I've never seen a cop car just hanging out from the grocery store. And then I looked around and I realized, oh wait, there's a little bit less white people around here. Just a noticeable amount of, there's still a majority white, but just a noticeable amount of darker colors. And then I was like, okay then. My grocery store is tainted. I still go to it because it is still a, good store that I like. I want to support the business. And it still is majority white. But I'm just like, wow, they're like roaches. They infest everything they go. Everywhere they go. No, there's no place to see. There's no point in fleeing. Like, I saw at least one person in chat talk about, like, going to fleeing and running away. And if you have that luxury, right, because you're a foreigner here in America, great, I guess, right? But, like, there's no place to run if you're white. Because it's happening in Canada, it's happening in the UK, it's happening in Germany, it's happening in France, it's happening to Australia, it's happening even to Japan. Okay, so even the weebs, right, or the Wasians can't even flee to Japan, to paradise there. Like, it's happening into every single first world country and white country. There's no place to run. It's just a matter of time. This will be Rhodesia. This will be South Africa. This is South Africa, actually, what's happening to us here. Similar thing happened to our churches in the area. Now every church has a kill box planted during service. Yes, armed Christians are ready for active shooters. Oh, lovely. That sounds nice and safe and perfect for holy grounds, I guess. There. Russia, I guess, the only one not affected? Not true, actually. Russia and Ukraine are both being importing foreigners. Mostly been hearing cases of Ukraine more than Russia, but the same thing's happening there, where all their men are fucking dying for this war of attrition that they've been going through for the past few years, and so now they're starting to import foreigners to help replace the population, because that's a good excuse, right? Population collapse. Well, how do we raise the population again? We use the remaining men and just use them to impregnate all the women that have been left behind? No! we'll just import an endless amount of foreigners that have nothing, no ties to the country, no ancestry, not even the same language, not even the same culture, but we're gonna import them in and hope that it stays the same? Yeah, sure. Lot makes sense to me here. Thank you, Discreet, for the $5 reduce. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was listening to your last YouTube stream and you mentioned something about back when you were younger. Well, I thought you were in your mid-20s. I am in my mid-20s. But the thing about your 20s is that there's stuff younger than your 20s. Like, I got political when I was 12. That's when I got introduced to politics. So my political lifespan is quite long for how long I've lived. So when I say back when I'm younger about certain things, and I'm not exactly sure what the context that I said back when I was younger. In this case, I'm assuming it's probably within the political realm. I literally mean when I was really young. Because I got into politics when I was 12 years old. No, she's mid-30s. Shh, I'm not a hack. Shh, 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 shh. Mods, nuke that man. Like, we wish he was Africa. Thank you, Crowder Keller, for the dollar redo. We need to hang... I understand the sentiment, but no. Wyoming is safe? Not for long. They're going after Montana. Montana's one of the whitest states in America still, and they're still starting to import people there. There is this account called S2 Underground. Great YouTube channel, by the way. But he's also got a Twitter account, where he actually plots on a map that he's created all these immigration safe houses and lawyers and various other resources that these foreigners have, that for both legal and illegals. And well, there's already quite a few in Montana, actually. There. Amal, what about Singapore? Why not go there? They seem to keep their shit together. Also Poland as well. But here's the thing. I'm not from Singapore. I am not Asian. I am a white American. I'm not Polish, though I would probably belong in Poland a little bit more because, once again, white and European ancestry just in general. But I'm not Polish. I'm American. America is my country. Like, I can at least trace my lineage back to the Civil War. Probably longer than that if I actually were to do, like, an ancestry test or something along those lines. Right? Like, I can trace my ancestry for a very long time here. I am American. I don't want to be a foreigner in a country. You know how hypocritical that would be? Like, I get women are hypocrites and all that fun stuff. But, like, I constantly advocate for deporting all the foreigners. I want everyone that has come after the Solar Act of 1965 that is not from Europe to be deported. Like, that's my immigration stance. If you're a non-white who has, you know, arrived in America after 1965, I want you deported. I don't care where you've come from. If the Europeans can possibly stay, and maybe the honorary whites, the Japanese, just because, you know, listen, I can understand the appeal, right? I want them gone. I'm not gonna move to another foreign country. Like, that's not my country. I don't want to. I want America to be for Americans, not a bunch of NWAs here. Like, Singapore's very strict immigration. They don't allow anyone in unless you have a master's degree in high school or sought after field. Well, good. See? Like, that's how you should run a country, with strict immigration, not just let everyone and their mother in like we do. Your country's not your country anymore, Maul. If your city hates you, leave the city. But where am I supposed to go? Like, my country... Okay, if you say my country's not my country, then where is my country then? It's not Canada. Like, I can maybe go back to Scotland because of my grandma. Like, I mean, she's dead now. I wasn't able to get my Scottish citizenship before she died. But I can maybe go back to Scotland. But still, just... Like, it's still not where I was raised. Right? I don't have a Scottish accent. Like, I'm not a huge alcoholic. I'm not, you know, little rowdy or anything like that. Like, it's still not my country. Like, it doesn't matter. Thank you, Xyloxon, for the 500 warp tokens. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, Maul, but the way things are going, I'm taking the V approach and fucking off to Asia if shit doesn't get better. It's that or be a martyr. Well, like, well, you're not a martyr yet, right? And if I do believe there will be a civil war in my lifetime, I believe this when I was a leftist, and I still believe it now as someone on the right. So I'm just saying there is still a chance. There is still a chance. It's a matter of time, right? Everyone keeps on saying, actually, I probably shouldn't quote him. I'm still on YouTube, aren't I? Has it been an hour since I started stream? Barely. Fucking barely. But there's even a quote from the funny mustache man himself. That you can't just wait for somebody to rise. I'm gonna butcher this quote. I'm sure the femboy is reeing right now. But I'm a woman, so I will be waiting for someone to rise. But that's because I'm a woman. Yeah. Thank you, Boog, for the $5 dues. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're American, prove it. How many cheeseburgers did you have for breakfast? 0. I didn't eat breakfast, okay? How would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast? Well, I didn't have breakfast. There, but I haven't had cheese. Actually, a burger does sound nice. I did have a burger the other day. My dad makes some amazing fucking burgers. Now I kind of want one because I am hungry, actually. Tim Pool calling? What do you mean Tim Pool's calling? I'm not a fence sitter. If you think I'm a fence sitter, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not sure what you're referencing there. I'm just assuming, because whenever I hear Tim Pool, I just automatically think fence sitter and Beanie Man here. Dad burgers are the best. They are true. That is true. I want more of my dad's burgers. I'll be having some in a couple weeks. I'm excited here. She's not American, boy. She's Filipino. Well, you don't know that. You know I'm Filipino. Last I checked, I was Blasian. Black and Asian. Some fucking abomination. I don't know what my parents were thinking, but I've been doomed for life. Doomed for life. Oh, Tim Pool's the Civil War. Oh, fair point. Well, Tim Pool's just like crying about Civil War. Like, well, he used to. I don't think I subscribed to him with Amalgamyte, but I used to subscribe to him with my other account. And like every single, like for like 3 years, every single thing. Would this be the start of a civil war? Oh my god, dude, shut up. No, like there's one thing. Like there's the difference between thinking this will be the start of a civil war and thinking there will be a civil war in my lifetime. Like I said earlier, I'm in my mid-20s. Okay, I still got 60 years left. Like hopefully or less, depending on the 30 comes calling, knocking at my door, right? Like the chances of it happening with how heated everything is getting is high. Like it probably won't be the right kicking off. It probably will be the left because of how violent they are. But within 60 years, it is likely. I'm not saying right now what's happening, like Tim Pool is. I'm just saying it's likely. There. Filipinos are Asians with English names that act Mexican. Yeah, they're some sort of mutt. I don't know what Filipinos are. They always confuse me. I just know they're not white and so therefore disregarded here. He still does, lol. He does? It is the year of our Lord 2026. How are you saying there's like the Civil War is starting? Like it's one, like I said, once again, it's another thing to say there probably will be a Civil War in the next 60 years. It's another thing to be like the Civil War is happening right now. Well, actually, you know what? I'll give him credit where credit is due. There is an argument that the Civil War is happening, but it's not a bloody physical Civil War, because that's kind of what the culture war is, right? The culture war kind of is a civil war between the left and the right. It's the white liberal leftists that are using blacks for their own benefit to make them feel better. Crying about DEI and feminism and various other things, right? And then the blacks also just being black, because that's what they are, and we should have sent them back to Liberia. And then you have the rest of the people that just want to play video games and grill. And then over the years, they become more radicalized because they realize they can't play video games and grill. They have to actually stand for what they believe in. And they become more political because they realize that's how the solution to try to prevent this from happening. So the culture war is actually a civil war, but it's not a physical, violent, bloody civil war. So there is sort of kind of an argument, but not enough. Not enough there. Also, let me blow my nose. Give me a second. Get the beanie toggle ready, lol. You take that back right now. You take that back right now. How dare you tell me I get a beanie toggle? Okay, you little insufferable inbred little shit. I don't know I don't wear no beanie toggle. Okay, I'm a proud black woman. I know what I think. I know what I'll represent here. Okay, no beanie toggle for me. That's for the white man. No, I know my best. I know my place. Ugh. I hate black women. Get the weave toggle! Now that's more correct. If we're gonna call the current situation a civil war, this counts unrecognized civil war periods. I mean, yeah, like I said, there's an argument there. Oh, okay. One thing that I've realized recently, a shower thought that I've had after the most recent Archcast I was on, is that I love to play devil's advocate. I love to see both sides of the situation. So maybe I am Tim Pool, maybe I am a fin center, maybe I do have the splinters in deep inside my intestines or my asshole. Because I've realized that whenever I talk with somebody, and it's whenever we have a discussion about anything, it doesn't even have to be political, right? Like they're venting to me about something someone did. Instead of taking their side automatically, I'd be like, well, maybe this happened to them, and so this is why they're doing X there. But based on the context, whatever information they give me, I'm not even trying to side with the opposite person that has wronged them or anything like that. It's just literally my default is just to be like, well, maybe this is why they did this such thing, right? Here's the possible theoretical hypothetical situation for what the situation whatever the case is, right? And it's over the smallest and stupidest things. I always have to try to see the other side of the situation. And I feel like this is okay, this probably sounds like a humble brag. I'm not trying to do that, but it's because I do this, a lot of people assume that I'm taking the position of that. Like I said with this whole Civil War thing, right? I can see the argument for why some people might say this is Civil War. I'm not saying I personally believe that. I'm saying I can see the argument for it. And, if somebody would argue on it with stronger arguments than I did, I probably would agree with them because, once again, I can see the argument there. It's just, but I'm not saying I personally kind of see it that way. It's just, once again, I can see the argument. I can basically argue for any side. Or at least try to. I don't even mean to, because it's caused, at this point in time, I've realized, because I'm interacting with more people, I'm actually talking to more people, as I didn't exactly have this revelation of this problem when I was younger. But, or talking to Arch about, random stuff, or, my other friends, and it's just, and then they get a little bit upset with me that I'm not actually agreeing with them or on their side about whatever the case is. And it's just wait, no, I'm on your side. I support, I'm just saying that maybe it could be because of this. And it's just I don't mean to. There. Empathy can exist without sympathy or condoning actions. It can be quite useful sometimes. I guess. I don't fucking know. But it's starting to cause problems now. Like, I need to be more aware that I'm doing this so I can actually hold back. Because it's causing problems now. Because people actually start thinking that I believe certain things because I'm just like, I'm making the argument for it. But no, I can just see the argument. That's called being clever. I argue with myself all the time. I don't know about being clever. Maybe I'm just being a little shit. Maybe I'm just trying to, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna give myself clever, okay? It can also because it's also because Westerns can conceive hypotheticals and we don't want to be wrong, so we try to see things from the other point of view. We don't want to be wrong together, maybe. But like, it's getting like, I'm not gonna say I'm the only one who does this because that sounds way too arrogant. But I'm the only one that does this when I'm talking to my friends. My friends don't do this. Yeah, and I don't really vent to people because that's just a recipe for disaster. But like, just I don't know. I don't know. It's getting a little bit out of hand. Like, especially like on the Archcast, like where I do this, and it's just like, oh, this is a public platform. Like 1,000 people are watching right now, and they actually think I believe this because I argued for it. Nice, lovely, great. At least you're aware of it regardless. It's good for understanding situations. Yeah, because my thing is, like, I've always tried to see both sides of the situation. That is one thing I will toot my own horn about, is that I do try my best to understand both sides of the story. Because, and like I said, the trauma dump a little bit here, right? It's a trauma dump a little bit here. Like, my mom would always cry wolf, right? She always had to be the victim. Like, she always, like, she would go up to strangers at the grocery store that she faintly would recognize, and she would spend a half an hour talking to them, complaining about how abusive my dad is and how horrible her life is in general. And I would have to stand there, bored out of my fucking mind, embarrassed by her, and seeing that the person's clearly uncomfortable with what she's doing. I'm just sitting here like, holy fucking shit. None of this is actually true. None of this is actually fucking true at all. Here. And then like I then look see my dad, and my dad's fine. Like, my dad's not perfect. He's had some flaws too, right? But just seeing my mom constantly complain about my dad and try to paint him out to be this horrible person to people in public, I was just like, you fucking bitch. And so I learned from an early age to not trust that hoe. And that there's two sides to every story, because no matter how much she cried victim, she wasn't actually the fucking victim here. And so, like, that actually one of the things that got me out of becoming a social justice warrior was because, like, the fact they were hating men so much. And I was like, well, I don't hate my dad. I love my dad. And then I would hear about the Sargon of Akkad guy being, like, a horrible asshole. And I was just like, well, let me check him out. Let me actually see if it's as bad as it is. Because these people are now claiming that they want men to die. Like, I don't really trust them now, all of a sudden. Like, the patriarchy makes sense. The glass ceiling makes sense, you know. The wage gap makes sense, you know, in my eyes. But I'm not gonna advocate for killing men. And you're advocating for killing men. So I'm gonna put some press X out real quick. And then I checked out Sargon. I was like, wait, this guy's actually pretty cool and pretty great, and he's deconstructing all their arguments flawlessly here. Wait, what do you mean they're going after my video games that I don't play because I'm a grifter? Oh, okay, well, fuck you. There. So was your dad beating you up? No. Like, my dad's great. I love my dad. He fucking... Okay, I'm gonna oust myself as a fatty here, right? But, my dad got me a whole ass pizza, yesterday or the day before? Did that on Wednesday? Or, yeah, was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday. I woke up, rolled out of bed, you know, about to get ready for stream and all that fun stuff. My dad came home with two pizzas. And, one for me. And I was like, what? And it was actually really good. Like, and I was just like, okay then. And then, like, because up his job, he goes to gas stations a lot. And he gets like little rewards points from the gas stations. And he just brings me home Kit Kats because they're my favorite candy is Kit Kat. He'll just randomly bring me home Kit Kats like once a week. All that stuff. And like he just takes care of me. I like car insurance or license plates or just bills in general. He's just like, you don't have to pay me immediately, Like if you don't have the money, wherever the case is, which is not really a concern, but like, still like he treats me very well. He's very nice to me. So there. Are you an only child? That's awesome. I'm raised as an only child, but I'm not an only child. There. I can hear the fat. You don't need to out yourself. Good dad, though. Yeah, I've never had a whole pizza before, okay? So the fact that he came home with a whole pizza for me, I was just like, what are you doing, Dad? We've always split a pizza before. He gets one half, I get the other. But apparently they had a deal, so I was like, okay then. Thank you, Dad. I'll take it. Your dad's a sensitive old chud. No, my dad's amazing. Like, he's really nice and kind to me and treats me very well. I'm very lucky to have him. And he's always been good to me my whole entire life. More than just making me fat at the moment. Because it's kind of getting a little bit out of hand, not gonna lie. I'm just like, oh my god. But he's always been good. There. Florida found out Kit Kat has traces of arsenic among many other candies. Really? Well, it's worth it. I'm still gonna eat my Kit Kats. I fucking love Kit Kats. Thank you, Shadilay, for the 6-month subby bubby. Thank you. Finally into the 3rd trimester, yes. Give it 3 more months and I will pop you out of my womb. And I will feed you the whole pizza because that was a lot of fucking pizza. Well, I'm fat because of my dad. Please don't have accountability, please. Well, of course I don't have accountability. I'm a woman. Did you expect me to have accountability? Okay? Really? Well, that does remind me. I know some subby bubbies redeemed on Wednesday, but I missed it because the Rumble only stream. So, Visago, thank you for the subby bubby for 12 months in a row. One whole year. 1 whole year. Thank you, my dude. I greatly appreciate it. Amal choose fit, become fit or black husband. Become fit in a heartbeat. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm not actually that fat. I'm just acting fat recently. It's a difference. There, I'm not. No. If a black man ever compliments me, I'm gonna lose weight then kill myself, or kill myself then lose weight. I don't know. One or the other. One or the other. There. And anyways, I do have to do some react slappa here. So apparently, ShoeOnHead and Hassan Beefer have beef. Well, I'm not surprised. It's really easy to have beef with Hassan Piker. I've been kind of like avoiding it because I wanted to save it for the video. But since it is about Hassan Piker, I am legally obligated to show you and play this clip because it's not fucking playing that. I need to ask Stream if he has any solution for this. Anyways.
You got anyone you want to call out in the heavyweight division?
Oh, you know it, lad. You know that Hassan Piker. I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring?
No, in real life. I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him and wear his makeup and his dresses and use his skin as a coat like the ancient Irish did.
Well, that's your winner, Sam. Hey!
Respect the Candyman. Respect the Candyman. I love this clip so much. Hassan Piker! I'm coming to kill you! I've watched this so many times, and it makes me fucking just cry tears every single fucking time. Oh, it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful here. Just how he does it flawlessly. Does not break character. Does not stutter. Does not just like nothing. Just pure and just oh.
You got anyone you want to call out in the heavyweight division?
Oh, you know it, laddie.
You know that Hassan Piker? I'm
Coming to kill you! And then the zoom in on his face too. He looks so actually genuinely angry. I just well, in the ring, right? No, in real life.
Los Angeles, at your house!
Or in the ring?
No, in real life. There's like a millisecond here.
House!
Or in the ring?
No, in real life.
You can see in his face right here. He's like, wait, hold on a second. I probably shouldn't have said that. There's just like a single frame where he's just like, oh my god, I probably shouldn't have said that. But then he just
I'm going to stalk him.
then he just goes for it. It just continues. I fucking love this so much. I love this so much. Sam's best clips, 100%, 100% absolute cinema, yeah. Fuck, this is beautiful. Oh god, okay. Let me calm down, cause oh shit. Every time I watch this, I was like, apparently it's 3 years old. There's no way this is 3 years old here. I kind of thought it was older than that, and two, I also feel really young. Oh, I remember watching this actually. This is where I actually found out about Sam Hyde. Was the Losers clip about him about this? I remember watching this fucking live and losing my shit in Walmart because that's back when I worked at Walmart and just trying not to cry in the aisle. just perfect, perfect there. You didn't know about Hyde before this? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Like, I knew about the Ghost of Kiev, but that's also kind of around the same time too. Like, just like I stayed within the political scene, right? I wasn't really online like Twitter. Or, like, I kind of was on the art Instagram flickering back and forth a little bit, but not really far. You know, I got all my news from YouTube, okay? And I didn't really interact long before that. You forget I was a lurker through and through? So, anyway, wait, is this was real? When was this? Years ago at this point, and Sam Hyde did some sort of wrestling match, and Hassan Piker, in response to this, cowered in fear and refused to actually fight Sam Hyde. So I will haunt Hassan Piker personally myself with this clip. Not like I'm actually being really original because everyone is going to as well. But still, I will be one of the many that will do so. There. I think the first Hyde clip I saw was Jews Rock back in the day. Yeah. When I saw that, I didn't even realize that was the same Hyde clip. So. Thank you, Crowder Color, for the $20 reduce. Thank you. Look up James Randall 2025 compilation. We can watch it for some non-political react slop after Shoe. Okay, if we have time, I will. I mean, it's $20 reduce, so, you know. And a $20 reduce is $20 reduce. Let me bring that up, actually, in a separate tab, because I love this clip. I'm not gonna ruin this clip, actually. Here. Let's see. James Randall 2025 compilation. Go here. Okay, that's a long compilation. We're probably not gonna watch all of it. Maybe like this short one? Then again, this one has 1 million views. But $20 is $20. But first off, shoe slop. Why? Because I need a video. That's why.
The other day, I made
It's that simple. That simple here.
The other day, I made a video about the Pragmata video game drama, and covered some insane opinions people were having about it. How the game activated some fatherly instinct in some men, and how people were calling those men creepy incels for having the basic human desire to start a family. A small part of that video was covering far-left Twitch streamer HASAAAAAAN's awful opinion about it. I will play that segment in its entirety so you have some context.
What's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not.
So I might have said this in my reaction to this video because it's shoe sloppa, right? I did a reaction to the whole male biological clock thing. So you know, check it out. The video is still up, right? But just to reiterate, this is such a self-centered, hedonistic argument to not be able to relate to other people and other experiences, or at least try to. Like, okay, I might not have kids at the moment, but I want kids, you know? Like, I can listen to other people's story about how they have kids and think it's cute, or maybe that's a little bit unfortunate. Maybe try not to do that situation when I have my own kids, you know? Well, whatever the case is, you can... maybe because he's Turkish, right? And the Turks should have a high IQ. But... At least I know I can understand hypotheticals. So I'm like at 95 at the bare minimum, right? And I can understand like possibilities, hypotheticals, future situations. I can think ahead. I can imagine myself in other people's shoes to try to relate to them and so on at least at the bare minimum scale. I don't have to just be so self-centered and so hedonistic, focusing on my own life and the things are happening right here in this exact moment here, or in this exact present moment, and not think 15 seconds ahead, like Enwa. Like it's not hard for me to be able to do exactly that. And the fact that he says add disbelief about other people, you know, being able to learn from others and their life experiences, which is a very leftist thing to do, by the way. Is like my life experience, right? And anecdotal evidence. My life experience has taught me this, and therefore you should learn from me, type of deal. Like, just it's just really retarded. Like, just first time watching his son. No, I just. I've seen plenty of Hassan clips before. I'm just saying the Turks are usually relatively okay when it comes to this stuff. But he is, like, I can't tell with Hassan, even after all this time, if he really is that much of an idiot. Or he just plays it up because his audience eats it up. Right? Like, nobody actually takes him seriously, but he does have a decent-sized audience, even if you get rid of the whole body accusations. And he doesn't have to, like, really act smart, because just everyone just eats it up. Then again, he's got the bro Sepher stuff from way back in the day. Like, early 2010s. And that was really fucking retarded. I mean, really hilarious. Looking back. But if you bring it up, he'll say you're lying and it's fake, bro, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, he probably is a pretty low IQ. I'm giving him too much benefit of the doubt there. Probably is actually genuinely a low IQ here.
something that you're gonna experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horse shit? Yeah, never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Also, 35? No kids? Sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept.
I saw the original video, but knowing the fact that he has crashed out about what she said makes the context with what she's saying even fucking funnier. Like when I watched the video, I laughed at this because it's true, you know, ha ha ha, whatever, Hassan sucks, right? But knowing that he's crashed out because of those comments specifically, it just makes it all the sweeter, all the sweeter.
That was 3 minutes of a 30-minute long video. I didn't think much of it, I just uploaded it and moved on. The next day I woke up and my YouTube homepage was flooded with videos like ShoeOnHead just ended Hassan, ShoeOnHead destroys Hassan, ShoeOnHead finishes on Hassan. Wait, what? I had no idea what was going on. And to my surprise, he actually responded back, which then prompted a bunch of new videos. Hassan just had his biggest meltdown. Hassan's biggest meltdown yet. ShoeOnHead has completely mind-broken Hassan. His response to me couldn't be that bad, right?
Do I need to get into the drama scene or something like that? Because I thought it was funny she went after Hassan, but I didn't think it was just like, I mean, it's pretty strong criticism, yeah, but like, it's Hassan, right? Like, easy target. And then just to see how much is blown up over this. It's like, ShoeOnHead finished on Hassan. What? I mean, yeah, good BTFO, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Right?
What an unbearable fucking way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from ShoeOnHead. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl. Ooh, look at me. 4chan.
Emo girl? She's not... I know a lot of people like, oh, Boxy look alike and all that fun stuff, but Shue hasn't done that kind of stuff since like early Gamergate days. She's not even emo girl. She's just wears lots of mascara and makeup in general. Like, it's not that deep. Also, I like he's wearing a suit here. I don't think I've ever seen this man in a suit before. Other than for, like, special events. Never for his live streams. I wonder if it has anything to do with that sweater comment by chance here.
Guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me. Why would you openly admit that you listen to ShoeOnHead? What the f is wrong with you?
In this video, I'm going to show my raw reaction to his response, and throughout that will be sprinkled in, like, normal commentary. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, I was really debating whether or not to do a response to his response, but, like, everyone else is covering this crash out, so why wouldn't I, the subject of said crash out, cover it myself? Like, there's currently a resolution in Congress to, like, disavow Hassan Piker, the same thing that they did to Nick Fuentes, disavowing private citizens for what they said on the internet. What are we doing here? Does our government really have nothing better to do? Like,
I mean, with Hassan Piker, you can just deport him. Like, Nick Fuentes doesn't make any sense, because he's a citizen. Like, I get that he's mixed, you know, and has some Mexican in him, right? And I'm an advocate for deporting anybody who's come after 1965 Hart-Celler Act, so he probably actually would be on that list, frankly, right? But Hassan Piker is a very clear-cut case. He's a Turkish citizen. He's rich as fuck from his family, has connections with royalty there. Like, and then also the Young Turks in general with Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian. Like, you can just deport him. You don't have to disavow him. The government shouldn't be disavowing and be like for anti-Semitic comments in general, right? That's against freedom of speech, and I don't want them going after anti-Semitism or really any whatever the case is, because once again, freedom of speech concerns. We should be able to criticize whoever the fuck we want to be able to criticize. But Hassan is more than just anti-Semitism. He's there's literally people have made 20-minute compilations of the times he's advocated for death to America. And for violence just in general, right? Talk about fucking ChudTheBuilder and him calling people with N-law, right? And how people are claiming that's incentivizing violence when it's not. You want incentive to violence? Just listen to Hassan fucking stream, okay? Now we can talk. Now we can deport him. It's retarded here.
There is so much going on in the country right now, so much going on in the world right now. I feel like decades worth of news happens like every week. Every day there is a breaking story of the most insane stuff you've ever heard in your life. Everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion immediately. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, you're probably not seeing the full picture. And that's why for 5 years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we dive into today's reaction and video, shall we? When you browse the news, you will probably arrive at completely different conclusions depending on what outlet you see first. For example, if you saw this headline first, you might think things are going according to plan and the war may be over.
Trump claims he's close to a deal with Iran, and if they don't agree, the bombing starts. Elsewhere, China's foreign minister called for comprehensive ceasefire Wednesday after meeting in Beijing with Iran's top envoy. Yeah, I don't exactly believe him, I'll be honest.
Soon. And this is just a smart pressure tactic to get the deal done. However, if you saw this headline first, you might think that things are going to escalate. And if you saw this headline first, you might think Trump is going crazy and probably is not emotionally stable enough to even be the president. 3 headlines, 3 completely different conclusions. And that's why today's sponsor, Ground News, is so important. Ground News is a website and an app designed to make reading the news easier and more data-driven. Every day they pull in thousands of stories from all around the world, and each story comes with visual breakdowns of political leanings and ownership bias. Let's go back to that story to see it in action. Right away, you can see that 117 outlets covered this story. That's a lot. You can also see the bias distribution chart for the story. The coverage was pretty even all across the political spectrum. And under that, you can check the overall factuality and ownership. You can even see who broke the news first, which is pretty cool. But one of my favorite features of Ground News has to be the blind spot feature. It is so fun. It basically shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political spectrum, but ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how the US government wants Google to share data on an unidentified Canadian Trump critic. Bizarre and dystopian. 32 outlets covered this story, 22 were left-wing, and only 2 were right-wing. That's insane. I am definitely—
Yeah, that story... I mean, I know Trump administration is cracking down on anti-Semitism stuff in general, but if it's mostly just leftist articles writing about it, I'm gonna press X to doubt the validity of that. But then again, if nobody in the right's actually talking about it, then it's kind of hard to verify this stuff. Which is, I mean, like, I don't know, I don't have really a problem with Ground News because it does kind of show both sides of the spectrum there. Like, I don't know. Like, it's, something that does seem kind of off about it. Like, I've tried using it before, and I wasn't really happy with it. Honestly, because of the shoe promotion of it. Like, when I started streaming, I did, use her code to help get me a discount on it, just so I could use it for streaming, and I just never used it because when I tried, it's not actually giving me the articles I would use to actually talk about it in stream. It's very local, normie, random stuff just in general here. I don't know, but maybe things have changed a bit.
Going to read up on this. I've been using Ground News for years now. It is one of the first apps I check in the morning. It really helps me digest all the news better and helps cut through all the noise. But don't just take my word on it. The Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I'm currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description down there. Big thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. I can always count on you. Right? And now—
No. 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 But, if you want an ad with your ad, after all, did you know that if you go to thedragonstreasure.com and use code Amalgamyte for 10% off your order, you can get tea, soap, coffee, and focus energy. Well, not energy. Focus drinks. I always want to say energy with that. I'm a bad shill. But anyways, so unlike Ground News, which not trying to bash Ground News, right? Shoe's gotta get her bag too. Right, at least it's physical items that you can use on a daily basis, like the soap here. You can even eat the soap. Well, I mean, don't actually eat the soap. But if you want to eat the soap, it is there, just not highly recommended at all. You can drink the coffee, you can drink the tea and get the herbal benefits of it. You can get the focus drinks, the focus yourself better, so you're not schizoing out online too much. So with code Amalgamyte, you do get 10% off your order at thedragonstreasure.com to help support the channel and your local base team in. So, 10 out of 10, recommend right there. Anyways. Can I fuck the soap? You can fuck the soap. There's even foot molds now.
Without further ado, let's get back to this video. So I thought it would be fun if someone joined me responding to this, because it is so ridiculous. I needed somebody to like bounce off with, because I felt like I needed some like emotional moral support, because I feel like I'm going insane watching this. So I am joined here today with the lovely Smug Alana, the VTuber, everyone's favorite Oshi.
Hey guys, I'm a JPEG and I would bow, but I can't, so just pretend I am doing it right now.
No, nice bounce.
Well, I mean, it'll get the views in, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you were on the last ShoeOnHead video. I will literally myself if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that ShoeOnHead and her dumb audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
Why is
He is losing his shit right now. Like, if he wasn't crashing out, this could actually be like classic YouTube days of video responses. He could probably farm the drama and get decent views off of that. And hey, if he can actually articulate a sentence without saying fucking over and over and over again 50 times in one sentence, and maybe actually disconstruct her argument and the process and actually stand for himself, it wouldn't be a problem. But no, he has to crash out like that and make himself look like a fool.
he's so mad?
Still has yet to bring up anything.
Nothing. 0 points.
Like,
0 points
how
addressed.
How many seconds in are we?
I basically made the same joke in my video about like giving myself brain damage so I could understand. Trying to follow the logic here. Let me just give myself some brain damage. Imagine being that chatter. Like, hey Hassan, did you check out this video? Did you help me?
Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl and I change my politics all the time. Ooh.
Time out. Time out.
Please.
Emo?
That's what I said.
I wasn't even gonna bring that up. No, hold on. For me, it's the wild way that he frames having nuanced opinions, like depending on the subject. Like, God forbid you disagree with Hassan PIIKERRR, the arbiter of correct opinion.
Okay, I'm saying this as a ShoeOnHead fan, right? There's the same argument can be said on the right, because after she broke up with Armored Skeptic, she did start hanging out with Vosh and a bunch of other communists for a period of time. And she was able to obviously move away from that and it was kind of a a dark period of her career and her life, you could say. But there was a time where, back in like 2020 roughly, actually technically a little bit before that technically. Like it was like between like 2019. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It was for like a few years there. That she was hanging out with Vosh and a bunch of other communists. And so then she got the label on her that she only gets her political base based off the men that she's around or she's dating. I don't think she ever dated Vosh, by the way. I fucking hope she didn't. Oh my god. And then she's come back to she left Vosh, and then she dated Eddieman, I think that's his name, and Eddieman, and then I know they got married and they have a kid now. And she's gotten a little bit, I mean, like more right wing and on some topics. I mean, she's talking about about anti-Semitism and Israel, so there's definitely that argument there. But I don't actually fully I don't fully agree with that opinion too much. Like, I do believe that women get their political opinions based off the man that's closest to them. I do believe that. But even during the Gamergate days, Shue was a socialist and advocated for, economic policies and welfare policies and various other things like that. And then even when she's hanging out with Vosh, she did the same thing then. Makes sense with communism. And even now, she doesn't talk about it as much, but she even now she still brings it up. And the whole joke is that she's commie mommy, right? Like, she's not changed her position on Gamergate and, and disavowing those people. You can still go back and watch her videos on talking about feminism in general. She still advocates for the same socialist welfare policies, or at least economic policies. That hasn't changed. Like, she's actually been pretty consistent throughout the years. The only concern would be, like, yeah, why hang out with Vosh at all, though? Like, that would be the biggest concern. But I'm not gonna exactly hold it against her for things she did like 7 years ago now. At this point in time, when she's clearly grown as a person and changed, like, her whole entire life is basically on the internet now, for better or for worse. And she has been remarkably consistent despite it all. I'm not gonna say behind closed doors she's like a perfect person, innocent, does no harm, no skeletons in her closet. Everyone does. But she's pretty stable, and she's managed to actually survive very long, because most creators have a shelf life. Very few people last more than a few years, and she's been around for well over 10 at this point, and going strong, arguably bigger than ever in a lot of cases. I think she's actually pretty good. She definitely has her life in line. Plus, she's married with a kid too. I don't know. Like, I aspire to be like her. Like, she used the dream. You might don't agree with her on all her political points. She's basically what a woman should aspire to be at this point in time. Well, maybe get married and have kids earlier would be the problem, but honestly, not all that bad.
Of the internet.
I do not have that many videos. I have like 100 videos in the span of like a decade. You could go randomize and click on any of those videos and you wouldn't be able to tell if it was made today or 10 years ago. Which, honestly, I shouldn't be bragging about. But, okay, my point is, I haven't changed that much.
Yeah, like, seriously, and actually, it's less on Shue and more on the culture. I've talked about this many times before in stream, about how I can listen to VODs from back in 2019, and they can talk about Trump, and things with China, or the left, and some tranny shooting up in our school, or whatever the case is, and a lot of the same problems that we face today, we faced 10 years ago, and the only difference is I've become more extreme on how for the solution for it, and the people that I'm listening to from these old VODs have also become more extreme, because the problem's never been solved, and things are just getting worse and worse. Shue, remarkably, hasn't even got that more extreme, other than Israel. She's really anti-Israel, which is a pro thing. Because, excuse me, sorry, I'm burping now. Excuse me. That's like the only radical shift I can think of, is being so anti-Israel. But like, that's a lot of people more recently, because it's becoming more and more apparent that Israel's got way more control over America than America's got control over Israel. Other than that, remarkably consistent.
The things I have changed my mind about, I'm very open about. The way he's framing people changing their minds, changing their political opinions over time as like a bad thing is bizarre, especially as a guy whose goal is, I assume, to change people's mind politically. He's totally for people changing their minds politically, but only when they change their mind.
Funniest part about right-wing weirdos is their constant need to bring up old shit people have apologized for years after they've clearly changed. What? Just because you're incapable of changing doesn't mean others aren't. Self-reflection and growth is hard progress. Okay, talk about projection. It's the left that constantly has problems with people that would bring up tweets from 10 years ago and cancel them. It's definitely gotten a little bit better, more recently, but it's still, cancel culture still exists. You still have people who've lost their jobs for saying the N-word, you know, back in like 2012 on Twitter because it was edgy and funny things to do. Like, that still happens, and that definitely happened a million times throughout the past 10 years alone. Like, it's the left that likes to dredge up all people's past actions to cancel them. Like, the only time the right usually has a problem with somebody and their past actions is usually within the past few years, because there has been a strong shift of people ever since Trump won in 2024 that have switched sides all of a sudden, magically, kind of overnight, which is a reasonable cause for concern. And when you like bring up stuff that they did literally a year before that, and like, yeah, people change, but it seems like you're really changing with the wind, doesn't it? Now, like, but if you were a shit lib in 2019 and COVID changed you, I don't blame you. COVID radicalized a lot of people. If you were a never Trumper 2016, but changed your mind by the time 2024 rolled around, and maybe not even 2020, maybe like, let's say 2021 after Biden got in power, and he released all those illegals into the country, pull up from Afghanistan, the Ukraine war, various other problems that have happened. And then, like, I still don't hold that against you. You don't see that on the right because of how bad things have gotten, how radicalized the majority of people have become in the past 10 years. It's only the left that really holds the feet to the fire when it comes to these type of stuff. But whatever. Projection. Ugh.
To agree with him. He supports people changing their mind as new information presents itself. He supports iDubbbz apologizing for the crime of being funny 5 years ago. But when it comes to me changing my mind on like 3 things over the course of a decade, that's bad. Like, yes, I've changed on a few things, obviously. From the ages 23 to 35, yes, your opinions are gonna change a little sometimes.
No way, really?
Like, you probably don't believe the same things you believed like 10 years ago.
No, absolutely not. Well, I think in that video that you talked about, I don't know, I remember like a couple of months ago, you were like, I had a baby, and then I lived in the city, and then I was like, man, maybe safety and putting money into the police isn't that bad, you guys. And maybe that was different when you were like 20 or 25.
Right, exactly. Like, when I was living in like sheltered suburbs, I was like,
Exactly.
F the police. And then you're an adult with a child and you live in the city, and it's like, oh, actually, no, we need more police.
Never mind.
Yeah, those are all very valid and good points there. Like, if anything, it's kind of a luxury to only change your opinions on only a handful of things, if that, over a 10-year time period. Especially as you're learning and growing. It's actually pretty natural for people to change over time. If anything, and some people might actually say it's not bragging rights to only change your opinions on 3 things, and it means you haven't actually learned and grown. But I think Shue has. I've been watching her since the Gamergate days. I think she's fine.
I just confuse terminally left-right-brained people. I always have. Hyper-partisan people absolutely hate me because they can't just, like, put me into a neat little box and then smash that box with a hammer. Hassan usually can hand-wave away critics like, oh, they're just an Israel shill, they're just a Zionist. He can't do that with me. He hand-waves them away by calling them neocons or neoliberals. He can't do that with me. Alt-right incels. He can't do that with me, so what does he do? He malfunctions and starts calling me emo. Like, okay man, you got me. Emo is when eyeliner, I guess. In the hyper-partisan mind, it is completely impossible to hold several non-contradictory opinions at the same time, like wanting free healthcare but also wanting a strong border. Like, to me, those aren't contradictory whatsoever. In fact, that works together. You don't want to override your healthcare system, right? Your focus should be American citizens. Like, in their mind, like, Denmark doesn't exist, right? They think, like,
You could maybe argue that positions national shoe socialism. Maybe. Having strong borders and a welfare system for your people. You could maybe make the argument there. Possibly.
Oh, if you think unions are important, you must also be for minors having HRT. Like, no. If you believe in public transportation, you also have to believe in abolishing prisons. Like, no. Sorry, no. I don't know how my ideology is confusing. I don't know how they see that as, like, flip-flopping or being a grifter, when to me it's like completely normal common sense stuff. Like, you can't have a country in decay like this. You can't. It will not be fixed by people like Hassan telling young men not to aspire for anything and saying stupid shit like telling people it's cool to steal.
Would you steal from Whole Foods?
I'm pro stealing from big corporations.
Like, what in the fucking LARP is that? Yeah, stealing is so cool, dude. Let's just
Yeah, stealing from corporations and big businesses. That's a surefire way to totally not have to lock up the makeup aisle. Wait, hold on. Why that keeps it happening? I don't understand. What? Like, no, they just see money bags, right? Like a leftist idea of how money works. This is that there's a big pile of money, like $1 million that's in like assets, right? But they see this actual cash on hand, and they don't understand that it's not actually physical. It's within like either assets or is in like funds or various other different things there, and you can like pull it out slowly over time, but it's not actually physical cash in hand. And that if people steal from a business, no matter how rich it is, if there's enough damage there from loss, they're going to be forking over thousands, if not millions of dollars because of it, and you're going to put it out of business, and then congratulations, you have food deserts, right? Like the leftists constantly complain about the ghettos are being like food deserts, and there's no grocery stores, there's no businesses there, it's social economic factors. Like, no, it's because of thefts. People go in and break and cause a massive amount of damage to them, steal everything, and then they don't have the money to fix up their building and restock their items because they just lost all their profit there. Like, it's just, but they don't understand that. They're just like, oh, big corporation, bad and evil. Why? Because it has money. Oh, okay, that money's mine. It's just absolutely fucking retarded here. But she doesn't actually care about that. He doesn't actually care about that. Sorry, oops. He doesn't care about that at all. He just wants to sound cool and, incite his audience for this kind of stuff. Because he's living in like a $2 million mansion. He's got, plenty of money pouring in from his rich family in Turkey. He's got connections to Sheikh Uyghur, his uncle, with the Young Turks and their successful business. Are they still successful? I mean, they used to be successful back in the day. And then I know, Anna Kasparian is going further right too. Turns out, consequences of your economic policies, or policies in general, makes people turn away from them. Being assaulted by a homeless man because you're advocating for open borders, and homeless on the streets getting needles, makes you realize, oh wait, maybe we shouldn't actually have homeless men on the streets after all, and all these foreign people coming in and causing all these problems. Crazy how consequences of your actions occur. Anyway, I'm getting off topic now. Still,
steal from big corporations, so those big corporations move out of that community, and then that community turns into a crime-ridden, unsafe shithole ghost town and a food desert. Like, yeah, bro, you're really fighting the man. Listen, you can.
Am I just going to be making the point Shue's making before she actually makes the points in this video? Oh well.
Tell people that billionaires are the real enemy until you are blue in the face, and it might be true, but Jeff Bezos isn't the one stabbing them on a train, You can't have a peaceful, functioning, socialist, or even social democratic society with the delusional social policies of Hassan Piker. You just can't. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on a tangent. It's just so funny he sees my politics as, like, incoherent, when to me, his politics are the ones that are incoherent. The video was barely political. My response to him was about his, like, nihilistic mindset when it comes to young men, because for years we had to watch the media shove this guy down our throat like he was the Joe Rogan of the left. Oh, he was gonna save young men from the alt-right pipeline. By the way, this guy is never going to be the Joe Rogan of the left, because like Joe Rogan, at least Joe Rogan from years ago, I don't know about now, was all about listening to other people's beliefs and hearing other people's opinions. Hassan does not do that. Hassan closes his ears and goes, la la la, I can't hear you, you're stupid, I'm smart. For years we had
Literally, the whole Joe Rogan's thing was just having people on his podcasts and sitting there going, Hassan does not do it. He's a one-man band, right? He's a one-man show where it's just him yapping about and yelling about whatever pisses him off. And every once in a while he'll have guests on. But it's like other Twitch thoughts like Denons and Valkyrie and that Frogan bitch that looks like a fat frog. Like all fellow leftists here. There's no actual Joe Rogan of the left because Joe Rogan was the Joe Rogan of the left and then he's changed because like everybody else he's gotten moralized over the past 10 years as things has gotten worse. And there was like this Times article that tried to make him out to be this huge deal, I remember. Hassan PIIIKERRR, I'm referencing. And then it's released that he's on HRT. He just admits in it that he uses HRT. Because he's taken so many steroids in his lifetime that he's fucked up his testosterone. So he has to take testosterone replacement therapy. And he's only 35. And it's like, my god, how can you fuck up your body that badly? And yeah, I call it HRT because HRT is hormone replacement therapy. He's replacing his whole regular hormones with more like it's just testosterone upon testosterone, mind you. But like it's still replacement therapy because he can't actually make his own testosterone because he fucked it up with steroids. He's not like a 60-year-old man that can't get it up. Right, and got a new wife and wants and needs some extra testosterone, like or has some other like medical problem. No, he fucked up his body because of steroid abuse. Like, what the fuck? Hat Shrinker, yeah, seriously. Oh, and thank you, nobody for the $4.99. Thank you. Hassan is approved that male leftists hate women the most. Oh, 100%. Always back in the day, right? Back in my day. There used to be something called a male feminist, and the phrase was always beware of the male feminist because they were usually a scrawny guy. There could be a fat fuck too. And usually a white guy, unfortunately, who would constantly white knight and defend the feminists online, like Anissa Sarkeesian or Lacey Green or Zoe Quinn or very others like the big name feminists from back in the day. And but then sorry, words. It was his way to get laid, like try to get laid with them, be like, "Oh, I'm defending your honor, my princess. Please sleep with me." And then they wouldn't sleep with them because they were disgusted by them, and all of a sudden there would be sexual assault charges on them because turns out this is before Me Too. Yeah, they got a little bit too handsy. They try to do things. Yeah. And just always, every single time, every single male feminist has some sort of like accusation upon them. And a borderline accusation, bare minimum there, because most of the time it's actually been proven. Like, this is beyond the typical Me Too movement that from 2016. Like, most of the time they've actually have done something. Because they were frustrated they couldn't get laid. It's great. Always beware of the male feminists. Always avoid them. And Hassan did go to that brothel with the underage girls in Germany, so he's right in line with them. Right in line. Thank you, Crowder Crowder, for the dollar redo. The left canceled a race car driver in 2018 for something his dad said in the 80s. That's fucking retarded. That's frustrating there. No, thank you, nobody, for $4.99. Thank you. Yes, to react. Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, I'll be honest. I just saw I've been seeing the Hassan versus Shu stuff happening for like a week plus now. And I thought this is her reaction to it, like, and stuff. So it's just like, okay. And it really is a reaction to a reaction to a reaction. We are deep within the slop. But hey.
To listen to how this guy is gonna push young men away from the GOP. They are leaving the GOP, but they're not going to the Democrats, and I don't know if they're going to the left either. But anyway, my video was not political. In fact, the only part that, like, was political was the part where I agree with Hassan about the genocide in Gaza.
If you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience.
Very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean.
My point there was, you can't be telling young men to only care about things that directly affect them, and then make it your life mission to tell those same young men to care about things that don't directly affect them.
However, it is okay. I keep on pausing on this little screen here, but oh well. You can easily make her video political because it is about men versus women, population decline, childhood, and children in general, and it has become a very strong like left versus right divide here, with men versus women and children, because left is very anti-natalistic. They hate kids, the passion. The whole entire subreddit filled with women talking about how much they fucking hate kids. And everything about Western society is about people not having kids. Like, women are completely separated from the day that they're born. The only time they ever interact with another child is basically their own age. Or maybe they have siblings, if they're lucky. And then they go from school to college. They don't even babysit anymore because no one's having kids, and people rather go to send their kids to daycare anyway for some reason. And then they go to college, and then they turn into the slut factories that they are there. And then they go into the workforce because they have to get their career going. And there's no kids allowed in the workplace because that's distracting, and kids don't belong there because they're supposed to be at home with their mothers, or daycare now. So I'm glad you're paying $1,000 a month bare minimum for taking care of that child of yours. Are you happy? Anyways, and then once they get lonely, desperate, and ready to settle down, when they finally hit the wall of 30 and their biological clock screaming at them to please have a child, then they can maybe have like one kid if they're lucky, maybe two if they're even luckier and blessed by God. And God knows how much divorce actually happens in the time period in the process, too. Like, there never are actually around kids. And there was a huge, like, psyop that was happening for many years about, like, having kids is dangerous for the environment. We need to have less for the population. And now all of a sudden, they're like, oh, the population collapsed. We need to import more infinity immigrants. Like, children having kids is political at this point in time. Because it shows that you're not a leftist if you're actually having kids, especially at a young age. It's very much a left versus right divide, with all the rhetoric that's being passed around and how it goes against modern society to even have kids in the process. So even though her video in itself doesn't actually touch upon politics, topic of having kids and wanting to have kids is political in the modern age, which is ridiculous to think of because even 20 years ago it wasn't even this bad. Actually, 20 years ago was 2006. Okay, 30 years ago it wasn't this bad. And that's why Hassan was, focused in her clip in the begin with, because he was criticizing the game for inspiring more people to have kids, because he is a leftist. He is 35. He is molding about the conservative, quote-unquote conservative propaganda and how cute kids are, because he hates kids, because he's a leftist. Like, it's not how it's supposed to be. Regardless of the political divide, you should be having kids because that's natural human biology is to reproduce. It's not even human biology, it's animalistic biology. Every single living creature reproduces. The trees reproduce, for fuck's sakes. But not humans because... reasons?
Do you want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument that ShoeOnHead makes, one that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016?
As if opinions from 2016 aren't still here today that are good.
Literally, technically, I mean, I'll put my stats on the screen. I am literally more relevant today than 2016. Like, more people are watching. So these aren't opinions from 2016. These are opinions from now, Hassan. People disagree with you now.
Look at me as an emo girl.
Well, technically, opinions from 2016 do kind of apply today. We're still... Anita Sarkeesian's back from the dead, did you know? Like, she's still involved within gaming. So, the ghosts, talking about being haunted by ghosts, right? From things of 2016, Trump is, president, because he had the little gap in 2020. Illegal immigration is still a big cause of concern. You know, Hassan Piker is still existing, and you know, he wasn't as popular as in 2016 as like the Young Turks were, but he had his connections there. Like, a lot of the things still apply today, technically. It's just that Shue is bigger than ever for various reasons. Actually, I don't even really know why. I'm assuming the VTuber reacts Slappa. Like, that seems to be like the pinpoints of when Shue started really getting more popular again, because VTubers started reacting to her a couple years ago. And then kind of showed her their audience to Shue, and kind of vice versa, and it's kind of spread from there. But other than that, a lot of stuff still applies, actually.
4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
That's a compliment.
Wait, 4chan guys want to fap to me? Wait, I thought it was super cool and progressive to have like an army of men who simp for you online. That's not very woke of you, Hassan.
First of all, I like how he used the word fap.
That's so old, isn't it? It's like gooning now.
Yes,
Come
it's
on.
gooning.
Look
Come
at the
on.
program.
Come on, get with the times. It should have been left in 2016, Hassan. Come on. If this
I'm just saying, and maybe I'm gonna oust myself as a whore, but if men goon to me, that's a compliment, okay? That means I'm hot, that means I'm attractive, and just like that rabbit hitting the, you know, tapping the clock right there, the pocket watch, it's just a matter of time before the beauty fades and the appeal fades away, and so I will take any men gooning to me as a compliment, because that means I'm being attractive, which is insane. So, you know, like, that's not even really an insult, actually. Like, the only way that could be possibly an insult is to... actually to a leftist, now that I think about it. Because it's only the leftists that really revolt in fear about, you know, men sexualizing women, right? It's usually the fat cows. They're like, oh, he's sexualizing me. How dare he? That's disgusting. You just see a woman as their body. You know, you pig. You know, this is the patriarchy's holding me down. This is why he needs her. He's actually a good thing, because, you know, she's trying to put more female types and better women in the gaming. You know, because all women are just, you know, sexualized and all that fun stuff. Like, only a leftist would actually be about it, like, be against it. Other than that, it's actually a compliment. And maybe some conservatives might be a little bit put off about that because they hate sex. Like, there are some, like, trad cath women out there that, like, lose their minds over their husbands being sexual because they're spiritually feminist as well. But, like, it's not an insult, it's a compliment. Wait until you find it's all Indians doing it? Okay, that's a little different story. That is a different story. Never mind, there's a problem there. If it's Indians, ooh, I'm gonna jump off a building. But, like, if that's really his biggest thing, is that, oh, men goon to you, or actually men fap to you, because they're right, fap isn't the older term for this stuff. So he's so angry that he hasn't even caught up with the times. That's nothing. That's nothing. ShoeOnHead in the earlier clip from her video that this whole thing started from was able to insult him in a very clever but direct way that actually clearly got under his skin. Like, he's wearing a suit, he's in a different room with the books in the background, kind of looking like Nick Fuentes over here. And, like, he's just, you know, he's just trying to, like, change all of it up because of what she's saying. Yeah, okay there. Thank you, Nobody, for the $9.99. Thank you. Also, just realized that you guys have graciously hit the YouTube goal. So thank you for that. Thank you guys for hitting the goal over on YouTube. You guys have been very generous today across the board. Thank you. I got the P.E.P.E hoodie out now. Hell yeah. Talk about things from 2016. Am I right? we got P.E.P.E over here. Where are my Kyrgyzstani lads at? Okay. A species that no longer desires to reproduce is a species in serious psychological dysfunction. So many anti-natalist arguments treat existence itself as a net negative. It's concerning. 100%. Like, you're not supposed to hate yourself. You're not supposed to hate your family. You're not supposed to hate your people with such a burning passion there. Like, you're supposed to live. You're supposed to reproduce. You're supposed to grow and actually enjoy life and build something more for not just yourself but for future generations. That has been the entirety of human existence ever, as well. Not just humans. Once again, like every single like group, no matter how retarded they are, because they don't have the IQ for it, because they're regular animals, still does exactly the same and evolve with time. Like it's not normal to be so anti-natalist and hate everything like that, but it is, and it's ingrained within specifically woman culture. Like when granted, like I wasn't SJW when I was 12, but there was a period of time where I'm ashamed to say that I hated kids. I did not grow up around kids. I was raised as an only child. I never was around kids, and I've only ever heard stories of how awful babies were and how they ruin your sleep. They're constantly shitting themselves. They're so expensive. Such a burden. I've only ever heard negative things about having kids, and I was like, well, I don't fucking want kids. Why would I want to deal with it? Like, and I hated them. And then I would hear young children screaming at Walmart, and causing like a ruckus, and it's nonstop problems. I would hear a couple of my classmates complain about their siblings and how much problems they would cause for them and their parents. And it's just like, it was just constant anti-natalist propaganda around me that wasn't even like purposeful in a lot of cases. It's just situational because I just didn't actually have the experience of being around kids myself. And so I hated kids. Didn't want to have kids. I wanted nothing to do with them. And it took me realizing this and growing as a person to get over that and realize that kids are actually a good thing and a net benefit. But even now, I'm still not really around kids and babies. Like, my sister has adopted kids, but I'm still not really around them all that much. And I see the neighbors' kids and I get jealous and because they're cute and things like that. But like, I'm still very isolated, and it's not just because I live with my dad. Like if I were to go out there's no kids. You don't see them when you go grocery shopping. You don't see them when you go through your day-to-day stuff. You don't see them playing in the park anymore. Where are the kids? I think I'll just suck it for the $5 I do. Thank you. Well, your model's attractive, but you're an adult woman that doesn't have a child yet, so... I mean, fair point, but then again, it wouldn't be your kid, so would he still be attracted, though? Just saying. I can still be an OnlyFans whore. There's still faith for me, right? There's still hope. Anyway, back to the video here.
This was said by anyone else, he would be calling it misogynistic and sexist, but it's being said by someone with the hive mind approved opinion, so it's okay. It's called dark woke, Chud. We decided to become more hypocritical and annoying. You wouldn't get it. If I was getting paid for men to fap to me like many of his friends and ex-girlfriend porn star do for a living, that would be fine, he would support it. But since I don't do that and I'm just like a normal YouTuber, it's a way to insult and degrade me. It is interesting though how Hassan uses unfuckable as an insult to hurl towards men and fuckable as an insult to hurl towards women. I think it was Bell Hooks that once argued that patriarchy harms men by reducing their worth to status and conquest, while women are harmed by being reduced to only their desirability and being conquered. You should not be getting feminism mogged by someone who does not call themselves a feminist, Hassan. Not a good look, buddy.
I mean, to be fair, kind of a good point, because that actually is true. Women are just based off their looks and attractability. Right, that's the most important thing. That's the reason why women are so vain and care about their looks so much and makeup and various other things. And men have to have the good high-paying jobs. Not exactly untrue there.
And also, bro, you thirst trap more than I ever have in my entire life. You are on the cover of JQ?
Even GQ?
You are on the cover of GQ in a f***ing hot tub. I will put the picture up.
I think the Twitter slipped out there with the JQ. I'm just gonna point that out there. JQ just slipped out there. Oh yeah, I've said that. I know because Sargon and Arch did this is the article referencing about the HRT stuff. Because Sargon and Arch covered it on the Stanford Bridge for like a year ago now.
They're as censored as I can, just to shield everyone's eyes.
Like a little rubber ducky on his pee-pee.
You are spread eagle in a magazine. Let me read this to you. Let me read what this journalist said. Are you ready for this? Here's how Hassan Piker starts each day, working out, shooting the shit. It's Monday, 8:30 a.m. and we're in the backyard of a house in West Hollywood where there's a makeshift private gym with benches, pull-down machines, and dumbbells galore. This is where 34-year-old political influencer keeps his thirsted after body fit.
What? By the way, written by a male too, and I'm just like, I would have thought it was. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
He strips
Remember, chat. Remember. A liberal mind and a MAGA body.
his shirt off. An army of girls and gays would kill to be where I am now, next to Piker as he pants in a pair of neon shorts with black Calvin Klein boxers poking out.
The socialist, by the way.
Sunlight glistening off the sweat beading on his chest hairs. So when it's women and gays thirsting after you, then it's a good thing. But God forbid straight men find you attractive. This is the dude that has to.
That sounds like a gay porn. That sounds like fan fiction written on like AOL, not AOL, archive of her own, basically, like back on Tumblr. Well, that would be kind of description I would expect one of the women from there would make about one of the like, fictional characters, not Hassan Piker.
Keep his girlfriend a secret like some kind of K-pop star so he can like be e-boyfriend for his parasocial female fans. I'm always talking about being married, like when I'm in a relationship, I'm talking about being in a relationship, whatever. I'm the whore, not the one playing e-boyfriend.
You're covered up! You can make the argument with me. When people say like, oh well, she's just a pair of anime tits on the screen. Okay, fair point. However, Shue doesn't even like have anything that she wears in her YouTube videos that are like revealing. Like
she's a really pretty face, and she's got a nice bod too, but like it's mostly just her face. Like, you know, Smug and I are just anime titties. Like I know my place. I am an e-whore, okay? But like still not Shue.
Very moderate.
People wait, hold on, sorry. My dad is calling. Wait.
Dad, put me on the phone with him. Hey, we're busy. The left in a MAGA body, bro. That always stuck with me.
A progressive mind and a MAGA body. What do they even mean by that?
Being attractive and eating healthy and working out is right wing. What the f are we smoking?
For like
well, the thing is, and I brought the same thing up to liberal mind and a bag of boggy, because like that actually is a post from I think Reddit, if I remember correctly. And it's kind of stuck because there was like some women venting about how like she finds conservatives attractive, right? Or maybe it was from Reddit or maybe it was from a different article. But I remember it was a woman complaining that she finds conservatives attractive, but she hates their political beliefs. But for some reason, she always beds them because, you know, woman and accountability, you know, closing your legs, all that fun stuff, you know, impossible. And so she just wanted a man with a liberal mind with a MAGA body, because, which just says this, the quiet part out loud. Back to the whole male feminist thing, that, you know, they don't, like, liberal men don't actually take care of themselves. They're scrawny little crackheads, or they're really fat, and either way, they're just not attractive. And even if he actually is an attractive leftist, like, because he is a leftist, he is weaker, right? He's trying to not offend people. He's not really masculine overall. You know, he's maybe like more of a femboy archetype. That kind of sense of attractiveness, maybe. He's not gonna take charge. He's not gonna pay for the dates. He's not gonna, you know, pick the place to even have the date in the first place. He's gonna try to be equal. And no matter how much these feminists cry and say they want equality and, you know, fuck the patriarchy, they just want to be ravaged. They just want to be completely controlled and taken over, and then put in their place and put in bed. And that's it. And the conservatives can do that. But they hate their politics. Why? Because they've been indoctrinated so. But they still hate their politics. Because, welcome to the year of our Lord 2026. Even though I guess the supposed was older than that. But still, the point remains. And so that's why they want that liberal mind in that MAGA body.
Good 3 years, there was this really weird campaign to make Hassan Piker like the face of progressive masculinity in a bizarre attempt to move men to the left. A progressive in a MAGA body, they said, which, like, what the f did they mean by that? Hey guys, we're not all ugly dysgenic freaks. Look, there's one of us who's attractive. What? Mr. Piker's success on camera, in some part, has been aided by the fact that he is, by conventional standards, a very handsome man. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and built like a professional athlete. A square jaw, a beard, and a head of thick dark hair. It's the one aspect many of my haters can't shake, Mr. Piker said of his appearance in a Twitch broadcast last year. They can't turn around and be like, you're not hot. Indeed, tens of thousands.
With that tiny head onto the rest of the body, yeah. You're not hot. You ruined yourself. Just saying.
Thousands of viewers may watch his videos for his political views, but many also tune in for their view of Mr. Piker himself, whose social media profiles are littered with suggestive images of his muscly body in states of undress, or thirst traps, as the pictures are known. Some of his fans scrape, screenshot, clip, and repackage them into fan cams that travel across the internet, glorifying Mr. Piker's appearance and indirectly his beliefs. That is yet again another mainstream article saying one of the only reasons people watch Hassan is because he's attractive, and that he uses his appearance and thirst traps to gain a following. So is he like projecting onto me? Is that what this is? Is he like insecure about his thirst traps and his reputation of being nothing but eye candy? And listen, I'm not delusional, okay? Obviously your looks can help take you further in life, online and offline. Like if I was morbidly obese or hideously ugly, I probably wouldn't have like half the following I have. You can easily say the same thing for Hassan. But at least I organically collected my simps and didn't have some like astroturfed glaze fest propping me up for years as some kind of like political sex symbol. Embarrassing.
Well, even psychologically it's true. Like, first impressions are everything, and being attractive means everything too. I mean, what men value attractiveness in women way more than women value attractiveness in men. But it's still a palette play. It's still a power. Like, this is a basic bitch AP Psych from fucking high school, where my poor teacher had to tiptoe around this because she, you know, didn't want to offend people, but basically said that yes, attractiveness does matter for first impressions. It doesn't matter for your people's opinions of you. Like, you don't want to be a dysgenic freak because it completely invalidates what you're saying, even what you're saying is true. It's just how people work. It's the natural function of how humans are. There will always be an attractiveness bias. If you are pretty, you will gain favors. If you are handsome, you will get more favors. It's just that simple. Does it kind of suck, technically, from a meritocratic scale? Yes, it does. But it's biological human conditioning, because the most attractive person means they have good genes, and therefore they should be passed down, and so therefore you should do favors for them so those genes get passed down. Like, just basic psychology once again. It's not even that deep, but it is what it is. It is what it is here.
Guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
38. You mean 3 years older than us, Hassan?
Yeah. Oh my god, the people that are in my demographic.
And what's so funny is like his little fangirls were coming at me on Twitter like, you're nearly 40 and you dress like a Hot Topic cashier. Like, and Hassan and I are the exact same age. I think we're a month apart in age. And like, look how he dresses. We are literally co-workers at the Hot Topic. Okay?
They're not even that bad. Actually, Hassan's closer. Hassan's closer than Shue. Shue just wears the eyeliner. That's about it. Like, holy shit. But that's a great AI edit. Actually, that looks basically almost exactly like the Hot Topic I used to frequent. Like the My Chemical Romance shirt in the background there that you guys can't really see. I'm pretty sure I actually got one exactly like that from my Hot Topic from way back in the day. Like, it just... Anyways, I used to love Hot Topic. I would ask for Hot Topic gift cards for birthdays and Christmas, but we don't talk about that.
People like ShoeOnHead are basically a humanoid version of a Reddit aggregator.
Reddit? Reddit hates me.
Literally 80% of his audience are fucking Redditors. Are we fucking for real right now?
Bro is loved on Reddit. Like, why didn't he say 4chan or Twitter? He's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, he can't even banter or do the jokes correctly.
Unironically, I think this entire rant, this clip, just sounds like if you were just to post the question, what do you think of ShoeOnHead on r/politics, and then read the comment section.
Yes.
It's just angry Reddit-coded malding. You know the worst part? This is the best thing you can come up with. This is the best you could do.
Jesus Christ. What an unbearable f***ing way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from ShoeOnHead. If you're getting your politics from a person like ShoeOnHead, you should be embarrassed.
What do you mean, get your politics from ShoeOnHead? I don't expect my audience to get their politics from me. I expect them to be entertained, to laugh, to think, to engage with the discourse at hand. I don't try to, like, pass off as someone you should get your politics from. I don't think my audience should get their politics from me or any YouTuber for that matter. I think they should do their own research, come to their own conclusions. I just...
Like, when I was definitely ingesting more political content back in the day, I mean I do now obviously because that's my content myself. But when I was just actually watching people, I had two categories for political content. I had the serious, philosophical, you know, deep dive political content, and I had the satirical, funny, more lighthearted political content. And in the serious category, I had like Sargon, Arch, Louis Levi, Teal Deer, and a few others that would actually kind of like go more in depth about raising. Actually, Teal Deer more kind of like in between because he would make a bunch of satirical stuff, anyways. But and regardless, and then in the funny content, this like side of things, that was Shoe. That's where I put Shoe, Chris Raygun. And then like a couple others that I can't exactly remember off the top of my head because unfortunately there was more serious than funny, but I liked watching the funny because it was a little bit more stress relief. Like I would watch Shu to laugh because even though it is political content, she's able to frame it in the way that's hilarious and it doesn't make you feel as depressed and angry as the more serious kind of content would. And so I actually look forward to new Shu and Chris Raygun videos because they are more lighthearted and I would thoroughly enjoy watching them. But then, you know, well, the Chris Ray got into our daily Leasing Green, and we that went from there. Shu is kind of didn't post for a while after her breakup with Armor Skeptic, and then she kind of went with Vosh, but then she started up again, a little bit later. After that, so there was that time period, and so it just became like less actual satirical funny content. Plus it didn't help that like around this time period it's also like 2020, and that's when the huge crackdown was happening on YouTube for like Black Lives Matter and COVID purposes too, which made it harder to make funny content because you would always have the little tag at the bottom of your YouTube video being like, the WHO recommends to stay 6 feet apart because you're not gay and to triple mask to make sure you choke and die, all to prevent yourself from getting COVID and protect Rama after all. So, but, and now I still enjoy watching Shu these days because she still is funny. Even, like, she still is, I mean, I know her more recent videos have been a little bit more serious overall. I consider myself the more serious kind of content. I don't consider myself funny, right? There's no levity here. Like, there's nothing, you know, cute and funny coming out of me, and it's something that I do kind of dislike about myself, but that's just who I am, so it is what it is. But that's why I still like Stu, because she is funny. Actually, one of the few women that actually are funny, because women aren't funny just in general. And so I still appreciate what she is, even if I still don't agree with her on everything.
Say my opinions and people are free to agree or disagree. Hassan, on the other hand, like, really thinks he's some serious political commentator. Bro, you're a
I should mention, I don't take myself seriously in the sense of you should listen to me for my political takes. I am a woman, okay, opinion disregarded, you shouldn't listen to women about that. But I mean, content tone-wise is more serious. Don't actually listen to me. Listen to the men that I get my opinions from. Then you'll get much stronger thoughts, much more cohesive thoughts. Just saying.
streamer. I'm a YouTuber. But that's the difference between you and I. I know what I am.
Oh my god, the things I want to say to people like this.
Then say it.
Say it. Say it, pussy.
Literally.
Did he change into a suit because I made fun of his Gucci shirt?
Like, you can literally see him scanning his chat of domestic terrorists, like Redditor for insults, right?
This is so lazy.
I find it more compelling when someone deconstructs why you're being stupid. I swear, I think if he had an audience that thought it was okay, he would obviously bring up that you're a girl. Stupid woman! It's like he's fighting his bro, like, instincts.
He's reverting back to bro tips, Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
Bro Sapphire
This week's
mentioned.
bro tip is about bringing out the alpha.
Oh my god, she actually is bringing out the bro Sapphire. Holy shit. Okay, we gotta watch this in his glory without any woman interrupting. Okay, the man is speaking. Woman, shut up, silly woman.
Bro tips, Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
This week's bro tip is about bringing out the alpha male in you. This is a classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late night and bang you out on the first date.
All his insults I've already 8-miled.
I mean, is he wrong? The Lindsay Lohan effect? Not getting enough attention from your dad? Not having a father figure turn into a massive slut? He's not wrong. Where is this Hassan at? Where is this Hassan? I kind of like him. I kind of like this Hassan. Where is he at? Oh my god. Well, I did not know about this lore. Oh yeah, this is old Hassan lore. We're talking like 2012, 2013. He called himself the Professor, where he would make YouTube videos about how to pick up chicks, and he would sit in this big ancient tan leather chair and act like he was cool shit. Now he just sits in a gaming chair and acts like he's cool shit, but as a massive LARPing leftist here. Oh my god.
Him on because I've already made fun of the fact that my eyeliner is from 2008. I'm in no position to talk about style. I still do my makeup like it's 2009. I already made fun of the fact that you shouldn't get your politics from me. If you were going to ShoeOnHead for political information, you are deep fried.
He never self-insults. Like, you can make jokes about yourself. Like, I've joked about a million times, like, oh, I'm a 400-pound man behind an avatar. Like, it's funny. Like, who gives a f? I feel like just takes himself way too seriously. The most popular streamers, every single one that I can name that are at the top with Twitch with Hassan, every single one of them at least like makes jokes about their appearance. Asmon talks about how he's bald and doesn't have any teeth. He leaves himself so exposed to being made fun of, and then he wonders why everybody makes fun of him. Like, just join in. It's part of being a human being.
Honestly,
well, it's because he's very egotistical. You can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in his like facial movements and his body language as well. Like, he is very vain and very sensitive. I would almost say he's a sensitive a young man, but he doesn't deserve that kind of title there. Like, he cares very much about his looks and what people think about him and about being popular and being famous. That shelf life that every content creator has looms over him like a shadow, like, and he cannot shake it off. It's the albatross around his neck that he's not willing to disregard because he's already fucking shot it down. He's just waiting. He's just waiting for the curtains to call, for it to be over, and he wants to hold on to it for dear fucking life because he knows it's a matter of time, and he's already losing favor. Like, especially after the Kaya incident with the shock collar, where he actually lost. That was the only time he actually lost a chunk of fans from something that he said and done, because the thing about the West is that we care deeply about animals, and both the left and the right can share the sentiment. The left deeply cares about animals, and they don't want harm to befall them. So the fact that he used a shot collar to keep her in the place in the background at all times, that he lost a chunk of fans there. Plus, there's the fact that there's strong evidence that he's view botting, and so he's probably actually gets half the actual genuine views that he does get. He's falling in fast. He's only kept staying around because Twitch props him up, because he's so close with Dan Clancy, because he's got those Times articles written about him, because he's already rolled off with his family connections in Turkey and the Young Turks with Cenk Uygur. That's the only reason why he's still around. If he was a regular normal person like Shue, for example, who was literally nobody until she started content creation, like a regular average Floyd on the streets, he would have been disappeared a long time ago just because irrelevant. Nobody cares. He's just an easy target to make fun of. And that scares him. You can see that it scares him because he wants to be popular. He wants to be famous. He's probably ashamed. That's why he's like the champagne socialist that he is. He's ashamed that he comes from money and wealth already. And he makes those like stories up that he was raised really poorly. And was a poor kid overall, even though there's photos of him with like horseback riding as a small child, and everything else that's known about him. Like he's ashamed of that. And he wants to hide that secret as much as possible. And so it's all about him being egotistical and caring about himself.
Good luck, dude.
Thanks.
Wait, Crash, now you like to wipe the drool off his mouth.
People should.
He's like frothing.
Frothing at the mouth like a bulldog.
Alright, so then we got one of these Hassan orbiters. So a former booby streamer. This is
Caseytron?
This is Caseytron.
Oh, I called it.
I cannot stand this girl. This ShoeOnHead girl, pick me woman.
ShoeOnHead and her dumb audience.
Her dumb audience of incels. Like, I don't know. It's like ShoeOnHead, if you like care so much about these incels, go one.
This is such a self-report for being a retarded whore. Like, I love the implication too that like Caseytron thinks the only way you can truly care about men is if you have sex with them. Does this thought process just come free with not having a father figure? Do I have to have unresolved daddy issues to comprehend this?
Is that problematic?
I'm assuming it's because she used to be a titty streamer and whore herself. Like, you can care about men's issues without being a man. And technically, you can care about women's issues without being a woman. Though women don't really have any problems other than themselves and what they create. Like, it's something called, dare I say, empathy. I sound like a fucking leftist here bringing this up. But, like, and you can put yourself in other people's shoes. You can understand, even though you haven't lived through it yourself or experienced it yourself, you can, if you think of hypotheticals, you can just expand your mind like a domain expansion and kind of realize what others can been through after hearing their problems and learning about it. It's not a hard concept. I know you need like 95 IQ to be able to get to the bare minimum of understanding this kind of stuff, but it is possible. And she's just self-reporting here by doing that right now. Jesus Christ. She calls her pick me woman, yet she was married with children. Yes, like Shue has been picked. She is married with a kid. Like that, and not to mention the pick me insult makes no sense either. It's just usually jealous woman like this because she's overweight, greasy hair. She's lost all the fame that she's had before as a titty streamer, as younger, hotter women have come up. Pick me is not an insult. Of course I want to be picked. Like like every woman dreams of the vampire billionaire walking across the room to rape her and make her his, make him yeah, you know what I'm trying to say there, and give her a life of just endless great sex and money. Like every woman desires and wants that. Obviously, how realistic that actually is zero. But every woman wants to be desired. Every woman wants to be loved and appreciated, just like men, though not the same way, as men are the romantic sex. And so yes, every woman wants to be picked, even if they won't admit it to themselves. Pick me is just an insult for the women that haven't been picked because either whore themselves out, or they're too ugly or too fat to do so, and they're jealous that men like other women that are different than them. That's all. That's all here.
For me to say.
No, it's just retarded.
Like, prove you care so much about these incels and their inability to get sex. Go one. Oh wait, you won't? Because you're just grifting to them? Like, you don't even want to get with them either. But you'll condemn other women for not wanting to who you don't want to Okay.
Why is she just making it so self-centered on sex? Like, it's much deeper issues than sex. Like, obviously, the big problem with the big thing about men's issues is the dating scene, which dating does imply sex, but it's supposed to be marriage and kids. Like, you should date to marry. You shouldn't just be sleeping around with random women or random men in general. But, like, it's about the dating scene's one of the biggest issues men have. Like, she shouldn't be fucking random men. Like, she's making this all about sex, and it's more than just sex. And then beyond the dating scene, there's also the workplace issues, being discriminated against because they're white men, because of the DEI policies and the H-1Bs flooding the country, the illegal immigrations happening in general, being demonized at every corner for just being white. It's just like everything, like, men are facing a plethora of different issues these days. It's more than just sex, but of course the whore just thinks about that.
When did I ever condemn women for not wanting to fuck people? What is it? Hat on foot again. Hat on foot making YouTube videos from Earth 2 about how women owe men sex. What the fuck is she doing?
I mean, I think women owe men sex, but in a different context.
Why is everything sex with these people too? Like, everything is sex. You talk about the human desire to, like, create a family and have a legacy, and they're like, sorry you can't get laid, incel. Sorry you can't get pussy.
Says the chick that sits in her room all day and smokes weed until she's numb.
People.
Are you being serious? Dog, what are you—
If you look up the dangers of smoking marijuana in, like, a Kids Dare pamphlet, there's just a picture of Casey Tron's face.
You're happily married and have a child, but because some fat retard on Twitter thinks you're a grifter, you're gonna need to fuck a bunch of random men to prove them wrong.
Wouldn't her fucking random men actually prove that she's a grifter? Because if she's promoting family values and having kids, and then other, more traditional values just in general, what she does, minus the left-leaning left-leaning economic policies, her going around cheating on her husband, fucking random men, that would make her more of a grifter because she's a massive hypocrite. I'm just saying the fact that she doesn't do that, at least as far as I'm aware, and I fucking hope she doesn't do that, means she's actually more true to her word and her beliefs. But okay.
You just have to do like a weekly raffle, pull a random incel out of a hat. How do you verify that one of your
Subscriber
people
number
are
20?
Yeah.
I stand by what I said. ShoeOnHead should be thanking me for giving her and her incel following— Say it again, award! Say it again,
Incel! It's like a parrot, man.
What? Incel!
You know Jafar from Disney?
Hassan is Jafar, and like—
Yeah.
sitting on their right, so he's like, good girl, yes, give her a cracker.
Yeah, here's your cracker.
So once again, people in his chat brought up my video. He has not responded to it. He has not made a single point. Called me emo, called me irrelevant, but he didn't call me wrong. Notice that.
They never call you wrong.
They call you emo, but they'll never call you wrong.
Did you see what ShoeOnHead responded on Twitter? No. Also, what? Who cares?
Dude, that laugh is killing me.
Guys, who cares? Bro, the fake laugh. What is going on?
What are you guys talking about, man?
What are you guys talking about?
Bro, I'm literally over here talking about how I'm doing a rally with someone who's running in Philadelphia.
I'm out here doing the revolution, okay? Like, that's cute, Hassan. That's adorable.
He's not a politician, man. The majority of the people that know your name only ever heard of you because you electrocuted your dog live on stream.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
God, that Yelp gets me every fucking time. I know this is like old news now, but that Yelp gives me every fucking single time. The little yep. I just instinctively inside me, just deep in. I just want to just. It hurts me. It's just hearing that poor little creature. I want to run up to it and hug it and tell it, it'll be okay. It's okay, doggo. It's okay. Everything's fine. And he just doesn't give a shit. He's heartless. Doesn't care. If anything, he gets enjoyment out of it. Ugh.
Does he not understand that 95% of his fan base are terminally online Redditors? Like, they don't give a fuck about your rally, bro, in the background over here. They want you to call ShoeOnHead a Nazi to validate their hatred and their feelings.
Whatever the ShoeOnHead said.
It's the laugh again! No, you're joking. Stop.
Hassan is pissed because, like, he's finally out doing something in the real world, and the only thing people care about, the only thing people are talking about in regards to him online right now is this. And you know what? To be, like, completely fair, which is something these people would never do for me, this was a better response than his first response. He's basically just like, I don't care, I'm busy doing, like, real things in the real world. Okay, fair enough, understandable, have a nice day. But then...
Yeah, like, it's... saying if you get dragged in the drama saying who cares, I'm not interested, it's actually not a bad thing. Because the fact of the matter is, and this is unfortunate, but it's true, is that people care way more about drama. People are way more interested in drama. That's why all these like ShoeOnHead versus Hassan videos have done so well over the past week and been kind of like milking it and everything. Because it does numbers. People just like, they like watching cat fights. It's just like the Colosseum, the gladiatorial matches, right? The bread and circus. Like, they don't have to actually worry about their problems and their life. Having to wake up the next morning to go to their dead-end job and then come home and deal with a nagging wife, or being alone, or, you know, or whatever problems that they're having, or, you know, maybe you know, sick parents, or something tragic, right? They don't have to actually deal with their problems. They can be distracted by somebody else's, because misery loves company. People love drama. People love the slop. That's why these videos do so well, because of it. It's just a distraction. It's entertainment. And so Hassan, if he was smart, he would actually milk this himself, but he's not smart. And so he's actually just giving ammo to everybody else to do so, like Shoe and me now, because Shoe made a video of it, so it's content for me. So his reaction symptom is it's great slop, and we're in the tro. We are neck deep within the picture right now with how much slop we're getting into, because people enjoy this. People actually like this instead of real life hard issues that actually affect them, because a lot of times it doesn't actually directly affect them. It's like, it's the butterfly effect. It's multiple waves and things like that. It's just how it is. So I kind of do sympathize with Hassan a little bit because of this thing, but it's Hassan, so the sympathy there is it doesn't exist anymore. Sorry.
Then he says this.
Talk to me when we got the wiki feed ratings up for ShoeOnHead. Okay, what's her wiki feed looking like?
What?
Okay, what's her
What? Did I listen to what that woman said? No, absolutely not. Let me know if I can see her feet, though.
What?
Honestly, it would be Giga Chat if it came from anyone funny or likable.
Like, if the chatter didn't even bring it up, why did you bring up WikiFeed?
I know. By the way, if you guys don't know, WikiFeed is a website where people upload pictures of like celebrities' feet. Let's look up Hassan's foot.
Oh my, no way.
What?
He's got his bare tootsies online.
Wait! I have a higher feet score than Hassan.
No!
Is this what this is about?
He's mad?
He's been foot mogged. By the way,
He's been foot mocked. What? What? Like, I knew about WikiFeed, unfortunately, but I mean, I'm not surprised because women, you know, women are more attractive. They do have nicer feet in general, but like, is that why he brought up WikiFeed? Because he's just upset that he got been foot mugged? Oh my god. Because, like, I thought the foot thing was just because of Goonies, right? Like, you know, because the foot fetish is the safe horny that's popular these days. But is it actually, did he actually look this up out of, oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
Never addressed anything you said. Never even attempted to refute a point you made. Just starts going on about like WikiFeed.
if I sold feet pics, if I sold pictures of my feet, would he use this as an insult? No, because he's Mr. Sex Positive, Mr. Sex Work is Real Work, Mr. Brothel Boy.
Yeah, I'm making a difference, unlike Shoe and her stupid video. Also, did you know she's stupid?
She's stupid. Don't go watch the video. Don't go watch it, guys. She's stupid.
Also, her feet are kind of nice looking.
The craziest part about all of this was after his crash out and like after everyone was making fun of him, he gets on Twitter and he's like, I've yet to watch any of her content. Excuse me? So what the f are you basing all of this on? How am I stupid? How do I change my politics? How am I just an emo girl that men fap to? Either A, he's lying and he has seen my content, or B, he's just blindly repeating things he's seen other people say about me. Either way, it's pathetic. He's stuck between like wanting to be above it all. Ugh, I don't even know who that is. I'm out here doing the revolution, and wanting to tear me down. But he can't do both. So as it stands right now, what he's saying is that he has literally never heard me speak. He just looked at me and went, "Woman online must be a whore." Which,
I mean, woman online must be a whore is the correct position to take. If she's online, she wants male attention, so she is a whore. Just saying. I'm just saying.
honestly, not a bad guess.
People should be more embarrassed, okay? What happened to shame?
Oh, wait. I find it incredibly ironic that the guy who used chain lightning on his dog live on stream in front of thousands of people and then lied about it and gaslit everybody thinks that anyone else needs to be embarrassed about anything. Like, you've spent your entire career, the better part of a decade plus, being a political commentator, but the only thing that the majority of the internet knows you for is zapping your dog for stepping off its 4 square foot cot that you've designated for it. That's your legacy, Hassan.
Shock my dog, I can't stop. Yeah.
Like, obviously,
fucking BTFO right there. Holy shit, because she's correct. 100% correct. That's how most people know them for. Other than the Sam High clip I played before watching the video about, you know, oh, you know that he, Hassan Piker! I'm coming to kill you! Like, that's, like, that was probably the most well-known thing about him before the Kaya thing. And that's, he had to be like online Sam High type of situation there. Because no normie actually knows about him. Nobody really cared because political content in itself is niche. And then you're dividing that niche into political spectrums. And then beyond political spectrums, you have people like that can watch for hate watching, but for genuine interest and just, but at the same time not be interested at all. They could be a leftist and not like him for XYZ reason, or whatever the case is. Like, when you make political content, you are going into a niche upon a fucking niche there. But jockeying dogs, well, normies hate that fucking shit. So congratulations, you are 35, you are single with no kids, but you do have a dog that's been abused and everybody knows about it now. So congratulations, that's your legacy, his son. Enjoy the rest of your life.
obviously he watched the video and something in it really had him rattled. Like, was it the brothel thing? Was it the clock meme? Because if it was the clock meme, that was a joke, okay? We're the same age, Hassan. It is not too late. This is all...
Well, I disagree there. One, she was already married with a kid. Two, women have a shorter biological clock than men. One, like, she was already kind of at her age, like her end. She's 35. She's got one kid, thankfully. But the chance of her having a second kid without some sort of, like, without autism or some other mental disorder is not exactly looking the best. And you should not have one child. You should have minimum of two, because it's for their social development. Only one child is not healthy whatsoever. They constantly have lots of issues. Don't ask me how I know. Like, cause it's never in human history been allowed to ever have one kid, because you've always had big families. Because a lot of them would actually die before they become of age, either mostly through diseases or through workplace accidents or something along those lines. Help to support the family, help support the farm. Even the royalty had multiple kids, so they could marry them off as well. Like, having one child is a huge developmental disorder issue that will affect that kid. But she's already at the end of her run, basically. Hopefully she can get a second kid, and I hope that second kid will be okay. But she's probably not going to have more than that. Hassan, on the other hand, is 35, and he's also at the tail end of his biological clock. Because men have it longer. They can do 40 to 50, but sperm quality does decrease with age. It's not looking good for him. He still has to get married and actually, find a woman, date her for a couple years, and actually get married and have the kid, which takes about another year as well. It's not looking good for him. And to make matters worse, for point number 3, he's on HRT. He has taken steroids for years, completely shot his testosterone, and now he has to take testosterone replacement therapy. He is not, his sperm is probably fried. The chance of him having a kid, very low, and that kid also being, like, decent, well-adjusted, beyond just the political aspect and Hassan and involvement in general, just from the biological genetics perspective, not looking good. Not great at all. There. So, that TikTok meme can hurt pretty fucking deep, for if Hassan actually cares about that thing. Beyond just a joke. It decreases, but doesn't get nullified men and kids in their 60s. I know, but we're talking quality too, right? Like, we're talking sperm quality. That's the amount of sperm quality. So, when you have an older man and an older woman having kids in their 40s, the chances of that kid having autism or some other developmental issue is ridiculously high just between those two factors at hand. Oh, there.
Not that serious. I just thought it was really funny and everybody was asking for a response video. So there's your response video. I also just want to make it clear that if he responds, I will not be responding back unless it's something absolutely insane that requires a response. I refuse to get caught in the Hassan Piker content loop. I will leave that to the professional Hassan Piker farmers. There are people who have made diabolical wealth off of farming this guy, okay? I am but a humble culture war farmer. I am but a humble gender war farmer, and my crops are dying. I must get back to them. They're calling him the corniest man alive, the final boss of performative male feminism, the human.
Oh god, this picture was put up in the Archcast. Arch showed this on the Archcast before, and the great thing about this is that the book is open to the first page. Like, this is very clearly a photo shoot here. Like, he didn't even bother trying to go in the middle to make it act like he's been reading it like already. Literally a photo shoot where he just acts like he's reading the book, but it's literally the first page. It's just a photo shoot. Most performative. Also, somebody zoomed in on the ring that he's wearing right there. It's very tiny in this photo here within the video. But apparently it's like it's a few $1,000s. It's a few $1,000 ring that he's wearing, because of course everything that man wears is like a few $1,000s, because once again, champagne socialist. I buy my clothes off Amazon for like $20, and yeah, it falls apart within a few years. But hey, it's cheap. I want those synthetic dyes, baby. Give me more autism than I already have, okay? I'm not spending thousands of dollars on a fucking t-shirt and jeans and a ring. Holy fucking shit.
Brian Griffin. This is like when like a hot girl has like a video game controller and she's like licking it. She's like,
yes!
Or like with the cat ears, the little headset with the cat ears. Like, I love that there's not just one picture, it's two in different shots. So like, it's like, dude, can you just take a picture of me like holding it and then like putting it down on my lap?
Solemnly looking out the window.
My dog is literally just sitting next to me, staring at me. He knows I'm talking about Hassan. He knows, Kaya, I will save you.
Okay, Alana, thank you for joining me. You made it less painful to watch this shit, okay? I'm glad you were with me for this. Plug your stuff for everybody watching.
Follow me on Twitter, on Smugalana. Follow me on Twitch. I go live 5 days a week. Join my Discord. Lots of really nice people to hang out in there. Absolute pleasure, Kami Mommy. Emo girl with the feet.
Yes. If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to my Patreon, link down below. I'm going to start doing live streams for Patreon members only. That should be a lot of fun, and I will see you guys next time with a new video.
Subscribe or the Penguin of Doom will get you roar. Oh my god. My people! This is a good AI song. I would unironically listen to this. This is the kind of music I still listen to. Oops, I talked over that. Oh well. But anyways, I saw somebody in chat mention that like my model looks like it came from Hot Topic, and the thing is, right? The thing is, you're not wrong. Like I still haven't left my emo phase. Actually, oh, that's the wrong thingy. When I made my Twitter account, you know how you can put like your location on it, there, right? I literally put still in my emo phase, and that has been my location since I made my Twitter account back in August of 2024, almost like 2 years ago now, okay? I am still in my emo phase. I am proud that I'm still in my emo phase. I will never leave my emo phase, and you can't change anything about it. Shoe streams would be interesting. Yeah, I'm like half tempted to actually subscribe to our Patreon just to kind of see those live streams. Unironically, like, I kind of want to. Like, but I'm not sure yet, you know? I gotta even call me mommy. There. Mall came to Spencer's, let's be real. Not true. I hated Spencer's. Spencer's always weirded me out. I felt like it was just a copy-paste of Hot Topic, which was superior, with dildos. And I don't like sex stuff. Okay, believe it or not, I know I'm sexual and I make a lot of sex jokes and all that fun stuff, but like, I don't like sex things in public, okay? I'm a prude. I don't like just dildos out in the open like that, okay? That makes me uncomfortable. I have been into a sex store twice my entire life, and I hate it with a burning passion. I refuse to go into them, and it makes me super uncomfortable. It's just like, I hate this. This makes me like, I feel weird. I'm crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. I can't handle this whatsoever. Like, just I can't do it. I can't do that. Like. Say the perversion for the bedroom. Yes, exactly. There. I just do not like it. There he locked up the toothpaste. Oof. Agreed. Well, actually, what's your definition of toothpaste in this context? I'm actually a little bit concerned. Hold on. Thank you, nobody, for the $4.99. Thank you. Hassan's already living his comeuppance. He's a rich, handsome, successful street streamer, yet he's still miserable. Well, misery does love company, and it does prove that in the day you can have the whole world to you, and you can still be miserable, right? Money isn't everything. Money helps a lot. Money does make things a million times easier. I will never deny that. Money truly isn't everything. You can still be lonely and painful and just unhappy with your life because of this. There. Yeah, keep that stuff between those involved in crime. Agreed. 100%. 100%. Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm complete proof, right? Like, I talk about my rape fetish all the fucking time. And I like other sex jokes and various things like that. But, one, I'll never be an OnlyFans whore or Fansly whore or anything like along those lines. You'll never see any dildos coming out of me or anything like that. Like, it's just, there's one thing, it was like a sex joke, where we're talking about, like dead bedrooms and dating and other problems that kind of happen that revolve around that. It's another thing when it's like actual legit sexual, like rubbing tits upon things, and I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know, okay? That's just weird. That's just fucking weird, man. Like, but that's a natural and wholesome fetish. True, rape is amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. Yeah. Also, thank you, Sutra Souls. So the $5 dues being Cube Strongest Soldier over on Ko-Fi. Thank you. And also thank you, Kazinki Handler, for being a subby bubby for 12 months in a row. Thank you. I'm glad you've been around for a year. It's kind of crazy how many people have actually been around for a year and Kick. It's insane. Oh, it makes me feel weird. I know there's more people getting their subby bubbies for a year now, and it still just, I don't know, baffles me. There. Oh shit, that reminds me. I should have said this at the beginning of the stream, but I forgot. I'm a bad streamer. But speaking of subby bubbies and everything else along those lines, on Sunday the 17th here, I will be doing a members only stream, so it'll be YouTube members, subby bubbies on Kick, and then Rumble premium subscribers. And also the Ko-Fi subscribers as well. The Ko-Fi has to be on Discord though. So if you're a Ko-Fi membership, you go hop on the Discord there and get access to it. And so I will be doing a members only stream on Sunday the 17th at 4 p.m. is what I'm thinking. Be for a couple hours there. That is the plan. Once again, Kick subby bubbies, Rumble Premium, and then YouTube members, and then Ko-Fi memberships as well. for those folks. Maybe I should just streamline it into one. I don't fucking know. But anyways. But anyway, that's for Sunday's plan. Then on Monday will be side scrolls at 12 p.m. EST. So yeah, and then tomorrow my dates are all out of whack here, but tomorrow's gonna be Under the Bridge with V as per usual, then the Archcast as per usual, and then regular stream at 7:45 p.m. So lots of different things happening here. What time zone? EST. Eastern, so 4 p.m. EST. So look up a time zone calculator thingy majigger and it can help you out there. But let me see here. Now let's see, who was it? Was it Crowder Crowler? Yeah, Crowder Crowler. I know that you sent me 20 shekels for a James Randall compilation. We are out of time today, unfortunately, but tomorrow's stream I will watch one of the compilations beforehand. Is this the tab? This is not the tab. This is the tab here. I don't like the Brave tabs, I'll be honest. But can you send me like a good one? Like 30 is a bit long, because we'll probably be doing a game stream tomorrow, because after the Under the Bridge and Archcast, you know, it's usually kind of a game stream after that. But like, or I might just do a short like 11-1, so something along those lines here. But yeah, I'll do it before then. Just please send me like a video link, or I'll just pick that random one there. Anyways, here, beat her. I'm sorry. Oh my god, everyone's playing Subnautica. I usually like to yap for a bit, like, and pretend I'm doing something important while I'm getting the raid set up. But I pulled up the custom of my raid stuff on YouTube. Everyone and their mother is playing Subnautica. Okay then. Well, go to the Swede then, because the Swede benefits me, even if he is actually a Swede. It's one of those kind of situations. You know, just kind of you kind of take what you get and you can't throw a fit. You know. One day closer to Wind Waker. Yes, I will get the Wind Waker. Okay, I want to play Wind Waker so badly, but we have a few games to get through first. Oh, thank you, Philip, for the 500 warp tokens. Thank you, my dude. Well, it was fun. Have yourself a nice evening. Well, you do too. I mean, thank you, everybody. Like, I'm trying to get the raids all set up before we actually end the stream actually here. But you know, it is Floundering Friday, is it not? So I'm trying to, you know, kind of all over the place today. A lot more internet drama than a bit normal between ChudTheBuilder and then Hassan and then ShoeOnHead, but oh well. Tis what it is. Tis what it is there. A bit womanly today, yeah. Maybe I should get into more drama content, huh? Yeah, I could get those shekels rolling in from the drama content. Ooh. Rumble Bros, you're being stuck in the cuck chair because I'm too lazy to get a raid set up for you guys. So, Kick Bros, I'm sending you over to Kirsha. YouTube Bros, I'm sending you over to Arch. Arch is not being political, so, you know, try not to bring up politics unless it's like he's relevant to the conversation. Kirsha's obviously political, but, you know, once again, follow her rules, don't be too spicy, the whole shebang. If you do that, you are gay. And we do not like the gays there, okay? Blacks are mostly gay. Do not be gay or black, okay? So we stop that. Stop. Get some help. But yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow between V's channel for Under the Bridge, then Archcast, and then 7:45 p.m. EST for gaming stuff, more than likely, unless something crazy happens. And then Sunday for the member stream at 4 p.m. And then Monday for side scrollers at 12, and then regular stream on Monday. Very busy days coming up ahead. If you like your local ethot, yes. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you for all the subby bubbies, donuts, and vigorous spankings, and I'll see you soon. I will see you soon. Hasta la vista. Bye. I need adios. Other names for saying goodbye? I don't know. King's English is superior. Bye.
I mean, hey, if Pac-Man affected us as kids, we'd all be munching magic pills and listening to repetitive electronic music, am I right?